This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we are now recording. We are ready to go. Only the OGs are in this room, the original gamblers. No nonsense. Again, this isn't a show. This isn't a podcast. We are trading live, looking for good bets and trying to turn a profit. That's the only reason we're here. And of course, to answer any questions and point you in the right direction. With that said, we always start by looking backwards before we move forward. And it's been a good week. We got burned on Monday Night Football. Obviously, that was a 20-unit swing, that fumble at the end of the first half. And Carolina just kicks a field goal. We cover the first half and the game. Again, that's a total. It's a 20-unit swing, but you can't do anything about that. That good luck, bad luck, that's going to balance out long term. What matters most, and again, we're here to win over the year. That's all we're here to do. So let's see where we're sitting real quick because, again, we don't have a lot of time. All right, we're at plus 167 units, 167 units, putting us at number one at Wager Talk through September 24th. Over a 2% ROI. Wow, that crushes what we were able to do counting cards. That's amazing. But we could get to double that with lower volume. High volume, you're going to be at a low ROI. Low volume, you should be at a higher ROI. That's obvious. With that said, we're 167.36. As you know, we tipped the wagers to 0.36, so we're up 167 units. We base it on a $10,000 bankroll. Let's do our calisthenics real fast. Let's get them out of the way. We only bet 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, and 1.25% of our bankroll based on the rating of a 1% to a 5% play. Those are simply the ratings. They reflect the strength of the play, not the size of the bet. Anyone betting 3, 4, 5% on their bets is going broke. Your bookie will end up with your money. I promise you that. I'm talking about guys that want to win long term. We're betting 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. We never bet more than 1.25. In fact, our biggest bet is 1.25. That's a 5% play. Rating, I should call it a rating, which we had yesterday on Ohio State that got the job done. Why? Because we placed the better bet, not because we got lucky. We did not lay the 3 on Ohio State. We bet them on the money line. Why? Because that was the better bet. -3 came out at that point to about a -155, 159 money line. But because of all the Notre Dame money line money earlier in the week, we were able to get in on Ohio State, and I got in -140, -145. So we had already gotten our bets. By Saturday, that money line was up to 160, 170. So we had already done our job placing a great bet. And what happens when you place good trades? Usually good things happen. And Ohio State got the money for us. Regardless of whether they won the game or not, we placed a good bet. We got in at -145. It closed a lot higher than that, and we got the job done. But that's just an example of placing good bets. That's all we're here to do. But if we don't manage our risk correctly, none of the picks are going to matter. So if your problem is this bet size isn't enough, this isn't enough money, it's not exciting enough, you need to get more down, here's the part of the equation you need to fix: your bankroll. The bet size, the percentage of your bankroll, you can't change. This side never changes. 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. You never change that. What changes is this. If you have $10,000, you're betting $25 per unit. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. So with a $10,000 bankroll, we're never betting more than $125. If you need to bet more than $125, then you need to increase the 10,000 side, not this side. If you increase this side, the 1.25, and make it 2%, 3%, or 4%, if that's how you're going to try to make more money, you're going broke doing that. That's what the casino wants you to do. That's what the sports books depend on you doing. We need to increase this side. Shit, if you're a bowler, go out there and bring 100 dimes. You'll start betting 1,000 on a play. That's the key. The key is this. I don't want to hear, oh, that's not enough. Oh, I only got a $1,000 bankroll, so what am I going to be betting? When I'm betting $10? Yeah, if you want to make money, that is what you're going to be betting. Or else you're going to gamble. You're going to go broke. If you want to gamble, come gamble. Come to Vegas. I'll take you out and we will gamble. There will be much better risk rewards than sports betting. The risk reward on sports betting sucks if you're gambling. It's terrible. There's so much better risk rewards out there if you're willing to roll the dice. We're not rolling the dice. We're simply placing good bets, knowing that there's going to be randomness short term that affects the results, but trusting that if we place good bets, at the end of the year, we're going to be up money. And that's why we're number one. Nobody since January 1st has made more money betting sports at Wager Talk in 2023. Over the last 7-8 years, I've had one negative year. That was it. And it wasn't by much. Every other year, this process has produced profit for me, and it can do it for you. Again, finding winning information in 2023, if you're sharp, is possible. It is possible. Few people have access to it, but it is possible. The hard part is using that information correctly. And unless you bet size correctly, the info is not going to help you. Whether it's sharp or square is irrelevant. You need to bet size correctly. You need to overcome short-term variance, or you will never be there to celebrate your edge. That's just the bottom line. So real quickly, we need to get these things out of the way so I could start making some trades, because time's money. Bottom line is this. Let's not forget, you saw yesterday, there was a lot of volume. I treated you guys like wise guys. I showed you last week exactly what a sharp account looks like, what a moving account looks like. And it was even an account where I had time sensitive information in there that I can't even share with most bettors, because again, that FBS, FCS, whatever the hell that shit is, forget about it. Like, those lines move 2, 3, 4 points so fast, your chances of getting in are very slim. But as I showed you last week, if you're moving steam to win, if you're betting to win, you're moving volume, because again, the edge is small. So you can't bet size huge. This is what you need to increase if you need bigger bets. And here, let me show you once again. This was yesterday, just so you understand. This is one account from yesterday. These are shit I can't even pass this around. This guy, they only give me what, 200 max. Most of this stuff, look, it's team totals. It's shit like Chattanooga. It's shit like Grambling. I can't even use that stuff, but it just goes to show you this is the type of volume that it takes when you're, moving steam, when you're trying to win long term, like these groups are doing. So the reason I bring that up is simple. Was yesterday overwhelming for you? Because if it is, I will change it. I can't change it now in 2023. We're going the way we're going. But if you're not benefiting from it, because I understand not everyone could be trading all day like I do. You guys got families, you guys got work, you got other responsibilities. I get it. So if you're not profiting from all this information, you need to let me know. I could condense it for you. We can trade a little differently. I told you, my only goal in this room is so that you make money betting sports. I'm going to make my money. I'm robotic now when I trade. It's irrelevant to me. I'll never bet more than too much or too little. Like, I already know what our edge is. So for me, like, the excitement's gone. I just bet size correctly. I wait for the dust to settle at the end of the year. I see what I made, and then I recalculate. Do I add to my bankroll, or do I invest in other ventures? Lately, I've been investing in other ventures because I'm comfortable bet sizing what I'm bet sizing. So with that said, please let me know, was it too much volume? Whether you DM me, whether you tell me here, send it to Wager Talk. I need to know how to help you, because yesterday was exactly the type of day that looks like if you're a trader, if you're really betting for profit. Like, that's what groups that are moving these lines, that the less than the 1%. If you saw my interview with Dave Mason from Bet Online, then you'll know. He said 1%, more like half of 1% of sports bettors have positive lifetime earnings. So it shows you how hard it is. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm telling you this so I can help you be in that 0.5%. If the volume's too high, please let me know so that in 2024, starting with January 1st, we adjust. I could simply condense it, make it easier for you guys, but you're going to have to understand the profit also changes. Like to make the big scores, to be number one, to make that kind of units, you're going to have to put in a lot of volume. Like the trade-off otherwise is big bets. And if you bet big, you run the risk of over betting and going broke that way. That's why I say you're better off with low volume, high volume, low bet size to overcome that variance as opposed to low volume, high bet size. So please, please, please. Okay, I'm seeing guys saying, keep the volume coming, keep the volume coming. You guys can handle it. Okay, I won't go overboard, obviously, but I like that. If you're able to handle it, good. And again, you don't have to bet everything. Remember, if the number's not there, you let it go. It's not going to make a difference. Let me just show you how many bets we've placed so far. We've placed 2,500 bets. That's statistical significance. That's why we can't show the last, I don't know how many years on 90% of sites don't show long-term results. I'm going to show you their last 2,000 bets because 2,000 bets are negative for 99.5% of bettors. So we've done good, 2,400 bets. So what I mean by that is if you miss some because you didn't get the number, you're not missing out on profit. All you're doing is not gambling. Don't take bad numbers. You get more than enough volume. You never have to take a bad number. If we lose a bet, we lose a bet. I could live with that. But if you lose a bet because you took a bad number, you got to change that. Unless you break free of that and just let it go. Dude, I could go through it every day. There's so many bets I want to place that the number's not there and I have to talk myself out of it because I know I'm gambling. I'm no longer betting from a position of strength. And to show you real quickly, because here's what we're going to do. This week, I'm going to Florida for a couple of days, but I'll be back for the weekend. We will have the steam room next Sunday. But the following week, as we get into October, I want to open it up on Saturdays too. I think we need more days in here. I think we need to open it up on Saturday and on Sunday. On Sunday, we'll continue like this. The 2 hours leading in the kickoff. On Saturdays, we do need to meet in the middle of the day because there's multiple sports. The baseball playoffs are coming on. There's college football. There's the UFC. I need to be available to you guys for when you have questions, and I need to help guide us as well because there's a lot of volume on those Saturdays. So if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to add an extra day and give you a little bit more. And to take advantage, go ahead. It's Ace 25. They're going to give you 25% off real quickly, dude. Again, I'm not trying to sell anyone at all, but if you are going to partner up with me on this venture to try to win long term, buy long term, save yourself money. The lower your overhead is, the greater your profit is. I told you I had to bite the bullet with my equities trading where I paid for the whole subscription up front in January, and it stung because they're really expensive. You think this is nothing. Try to make money with real legit people in stocks, it's a little more expensive. But with that said, if you could lower your overhead, your profit increases. So the best way to do that is to take advantage of long term. And again, not trying to upsell anyone, just trying to tell you lowering your overhead is the quickest way to increase your ROI in any business. Forget your sports betting, in any business you have, and in your life too. Lower your bills, your ROI increases. That's key. And for this, the way to lower your bill is, again, take advantage, Ace 25. Finally, let me get through this stuff real fast. You'll notice there's some bets I'm sticking out on the money line. Some bets you see we're betting on the point spread, like we did with Ohio State yesterday. We bet Ohio State earlier in the week on the money line. I'm placing the better bet. That's it. I'm not looking to take advantage of, oh, it's cheaper this way, or it's I don't want to lay the money line, it's minus 200. I'll just lay the points instead. No. If the minus 200 is the better bet, then I'm going to lay the minus 200. I'm not going to lay the minus 5.5, 6, whatever, 7, 8, whatever it is. That's not going to happen. Okay. So if you see money line, it's because it's the better bet. There's no shenanigans. There's nothing shady going on. It's simply because I found it to be the more advantageous bet. And last but not least, buybacks. I know they piss everybody off. I get it. They piss me off, but I will not gamble with my money, and I will not urge you to gamble with yours. I can only use the info that's in front of me right now. In a few hours, things change, let alone a few days. So when we start betting to try to get ahead of the market, there will be times when we do that later on conflicting information comes in. That's the price of getting out ahead. That's the price of getting CLV. That sometimes you're going to have some resistance. There's going to be some groups that come in against you, or some information that changes, an injury, weather, what have you, that you can't control. When that happens and I see an opportunity to buy off and hit a middle, a scalp, or even if I have to pay VIG to get off, I'm getting off the bet. I'm not going to roll the dice and say, I placed it, let's just hope it wins. That's not happening. Hope is not a hedge. Squares hope for shit to happen. Wise guys don't. We're not retail in this room. Again, we're not retail. Remember that. Everything we do is sharp. Everything we do. Or we don't do it. Or else let's go out of this room and let me just sell you picks. I'll sell packages. I got no problem doing that. I could sell my 3-pack, put a 5% play, and make a shitload of money. And nobody's going to fucking win long term except me, because I'm going to get money from selling packages and from beating the book. Thank God we're in a position I don't need to do that, so I can help you profit if that's your goal. But again, you're going to have to leave some misconceptions alone, because 99.95% lose, and that's who the content's coming from. So we got to leave some misconceptions alone and focus on what really matters. So when you see buybacks, remember, they pissed me off as much as they pissed you off. My units are a dime each. So if I'm buying off even just a 3-unit play, for me, that VIG's $300. If it's minus 120, that's $600. I just lose $600 just to get off a bet. But it's better than losing $3,600 or by rolling the dice. Sure, it could win, but again, a hedge is not a hope. So if you see that, I apologize. That's what I'm just forced to do it. And again, we're going to open the room Saturday because I just don't have time. I don't have time. I should be on social media more on Saturdays and Sundays. I could share so much information. All that shit you're seeing, I could just be tweeting it, but it's going to go to waste unless I know that there's guys that are actually trading it, that you're sitting at your computer like you should be right now. Right now, you should have your screens up on your betting odds, and you should be logged into your books already, because as prop bets start coming in, I'm going to shout them out. And right now, we just got a bet we're placing. Are you ready? First 5. Oh, no, we're betting first 5 in the game. First 5 in the game. Baseball. Get to Arizona. Let's move over to our page. We're going, where is it? Let's write this down too. See, good thing we don't have to really rush, because we're the ones moving this shit. So we're going to play 1979 under, first 5, 979 under for the game. We're going to go under 7.5 minus 120, under 7.5 minus 120. Nail that, hit it. It's just sitting there right now. I'm seeing it on my screen, 7.5 minus 120. And first 5 under. Shit, we could get 4. We could get 4 at under. But if you can't get 4, we're letting it go. And I'm seeing a lot of 3.5. So most are going to miss it. We're only going for the game. Forget the first 5 unless you get 4. If you get 4 like I just did, then it's a good bet. Under 4 up to minus 125. Otherwise, we're going under 7.5, under 7.5, minus 120. Go to minus 125 on that, as opposed to going to 7 if possible. So that's Arizona under. $7.5 at minus 120. And again, if you got that first half under at under 4, you placed a great bet, as it's 3.5s now all across the screen. And again, as you see, a lot of this stuff is time sensitive when it's coming in. Lines move quickly when it's not the group that, like, how do I put it, instant messaging in with as I'm talking to you guys. If it's from a different group, this is going to happen. So hold on. Like I said, I'm trading with you guys. So I have to send this out. I have to place my bet. I have to send it to other bettors that I share information with, other sharp bettors who are also sending me shit as we speak. Give me a sec. Like, again, forgive me. This is not a podcast. And soon we're going to be going through the games. That's going to be a lot of fun. Give me a second. Wow, 7 everywhere now. I like that. Instant respect. That's what you need to see. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. See, I didn't have my sports books open. Let me get them all open. Not all, you know what I mean. Let's get the majority up open, because now we're going to start firing. And you know what happens that last hour. We really do some damage. Yeah, 7 minus 05. I like it. 7 minus 10 at the square shops. Really getting some respect. Bravo. What you got for me? Okay. 7 everywhere. I take the 7 at even money. I wouldn't lay juice for it, I'll tell you that. Fuck that. They could keep it. There'll be another bet, I promise you that. We don't need that. We don't need it that bad. They could have that. Again, if it's not there, you let it go. But you always want to have a square book in your pocket that's slow. This is the shit you need to be focused on. How do I place better bets? How do I get discounted VIG? Find more outs. Find more outs. That should be the goal. All right. Remember, props are going to start coming in, and those move fast. So you're going to want to have your shit wide open. So I'm having to answer questions from people that are moving this stuff as we speak. Excuse me. A lot going on. A lot going on. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the rest of the baseball real fast so we can go to football. Not all this baseball we bet, we moved for our baseball groups. None have I dug into and confirmed to send to subscribers. When the 1 o'clock games kick off, these are what hasn't started in baseball. These are the plays that I will be digging into to see if there's any EV left for us to take advantage of on sides I agree with. That's how I work. I set up my college football, like this was college football. These are all my power rated sides. And then this is all the information that comes in, just so you understand. Look at the amount of freaking plays that we are moving on a Saturday. Probably 60, 70 plays. And I try to narrow it down to maybe, 10, 15 of the strongest for you guys. But a lot of times I'm like, fuck, I want them to get that. I want them to get that. I want them to get that too. It's just such good stuff coming in. I don't want you to miss it. But again, I never want to overwhelm you. So I will focus on balancing that. I got a team total for you guys. Those have been doing good. New England team total under 10, minus 130 first half, under 10, minus 130 first half. Like I did last week, I will be yelling these out as they come in. A lot are time sensitive. So more times than not, I'm just not able to use them as premium plays. On occasion, I have, when it's like a primetime game, and I know there's more time, we'll do it. But mostly we've just been getting down on the first halves of this group's prop stuff, because they've been absolutely annihilating these team totals, these first half shit. It's been like stealing. Like I should almost have a ski mask. Yeah, see the other group betted too. They're betting minus 125. They're laying minus 130 to go under 10 first half in team total for the Patriots. And again, it's something information that whether you use it or not, you factor into your handicap and when you're breaking that game down. That's how I use the information. And we'll go through the games. We'll have 90 minutes. So we got another 8 minutes to do this stuff. Don't worry, Ace is playing this all out this entire 2 hours for you guys. so that we do some damage. Let me read off the rest of the baseball for you. You ready? Here we go. Game 959, Colorado, plus 220, plus all the way down to plus 200 on Colorado. And first five also at plus 200 there, all the way down to plus 190. So we're taking the 2-1 on Colorado first half, first five, and Colorado game. As you could see, not taking the run line on that one. What is that run line? Yeah, see, they're going over in the total also. That's why obviously no run line play there. The total is also steamed in Colorado over 8.5 minus 120, over 8.5 minus 125, over 9 minus 110, over 9 minus 115. So a lot of over money on that Cubs game. A lot of times it's weather related when it's Chicago. So maybe some wind blowing out that they're taking advantage of, but you got to be cautious. You can't go overboard because a lot of times when conditions change, weather changes, and you start seeing buybacks. But when you get out ahead like these guys do, where we bet them, got them over 8.5 at 1 through 1 out, you're not stuck. You're betting from a position of strength. You come back and take under 9. That's why when you bet from a position of strength, you're in the driver's seat. You could hedge out. You could middle. There's so many opportunities for you to profit. But when you're betting from a position of weakness, you're just hoping for the best. And we're not doing that in this room. Like I told you, if it's just me and those guys I met at the Win, don't tell your name, with the $500,000 bankroll, God bless you guys. And I know, you've been with me from the beginning of the year, so you're up. I get it, you're up. But we have given some back. I didn't do the math on that, sorry. See, I'm so excited and over the place, we didn't do the math. So let's just do the math because it does matter. Here's what the results are. $10,000 bankroll. If you started with $10,000 and you just bet $25 a unit, from $25 to $125, never betting more than $125, 167, you're up over $4,000, almost $4,200. Again, 42% return on the capital, not ROI on the bets, because you're constantly cashing, trashing. So that's why the ROI is different. But on the capital, on your starting capital of 10,000, that's increased by 4 dimes. And we've gone through the tough 2 months. It tells you what doing the right thing does. And again, if that's a $100,000 bankroll, see, by not changing this, if he would have changed this, like those guys down there had dinner with the Win who aren't with a $10,000 bankroll, they're with a $500,000 bankroll. So they're 50x that. So instead of being 400,000 up, 4,000 up, they're up 200 grand. They're up 200,000 on their 500. I'm sorry, they were up 300 about a month and a half ago. But again, we're not just going to go up in a straight line, boys. You got to give me some leeway. We're going up so fast. We had to slow down a little bit. I got to refuel. Got to refuel for these final 4 months, because you saw from yesterday, this last week, what's happening. We're putting in great bets. We're getting good numbers. We're avoiding pitfalls, and just a little bad luck. Again, I know how that evens out long term, so I'm not concerned at all. But again, $10,000 bankroll, never betting more than $125. They're up 4,000. There's so many guys out there with $1,000 bankroll, $2,000 bankroll that are betting $200, $300. What are you doing? Just go give it to charity. Please, there's a lot of people right now in need, decent, good people, animals that need help. Don't give it to the fucking bookies in the casinos, please. Because when you're doing that, when you're bet like that, that's what you're doing. When you're over betting, it's a mathematical certainty you're going broke. It's like when you buy points and you don't know what they're worth. Or if you're teasing totals, you're placing bets that are so advantageous for the house. They just give the money away, please. Don't give it to me. Don't buy picks. Just do something good with it. Give it to your family. Don't gamble it, because that's exactly what you're doing. And if you're going to gamble, again, come to Ace. We'll go to down the street and we'll do some real gambling. We'll take some big shots. Okay, so we got Colorado out of the way. Let's go fast. Can't be going off on these rants. Game 961. San Francisco Giants plus 175, plus 170, and plus 1.5 on the run line up to minus 115. Now, when you see me say plus 175, plus 170, remember, that doesn't necessarily mean they're unloading, they're blasting this. Oh, they hit it 3, 4, 5 times. That simply means the limits are low. You know, these nickel bets, these groups, we're not, like right now, I can move a pinnacle line with $500 on screen a little bit, I'm sure, because I got accounts that are flagged. That's just what it's not like, again, millions of dollars that are moving these lines. So if I say like plus 220, plus 215, plus 210, that doesn't necessarily mean they're just unloading at any number. It simply means that the limits are low and they're having to take more numbers on the way up or on the way down. Now, a lot of times that also means unloading, but in a sport like baseball, this time of year, that does not what it means. Playoffs, yeah, maybe. This time of the year, that's not what it means. It simply means limits are lower. It took a handful of limit bets before it got to where there's pretty much no AV left. All right, let's move down to 978 Oakland A's, 978 Oakland against the Detroit Tigers, taking Oakland plus 135, Oakland plus 130, Oakland plus 125. Oh, and Oakland first 5, Oakland first 5 at plus 120, Oakland first 5 at plus 115. Again, I'm sure those numbers are gone, but it doesn't mean the EV's completely gone. It simply means, that's why you see I'm not giving out 5% plays in baseball. When the playoffs come, you'll see, but almost rarely on ever 5% play during the season. It's just not going to happen. Number one, some of the EV's going to be lost because the line's been adjusted. And number two, you can't quantify motivation when you play 162 freaking games. It's just so difficult, and it's daily sports. So we got Colorado, San Francisco, Oakland, Oakland game in first 5, Colorado game in first 5, San Francisco game and run line. Move down to just first 5, 1955 Pittsburgh Pirates, 1955 Pittsburgh Pirates. This one we annihilated, took plus 160, 55 plus 150. That's why you're looking at 35s across the screen. Now real fast, we got 4 totals as well. 975 over 9 Seattle, Texas. 961 under 9.5 San Francisco LA Dodgers. 959 over 9 Colorado Cubs. Game 969 under 8 Baltimore Cleveland. I'll go through it again. Colorado game 959 Colorado game and first 5. 961 San Francisco game and run line. 978 Oakland game and first 5. 955 Pittsburgh just first 5. 975 over 9 Seattle, Texas. 961 under 9.5 San Francisco Dodgers. 959 over 9 Colorado Cubs. 969 under 8 Baltimore Cleveland. And as you know, the one bet that we placed is Arizona and the New York Yankees. We went under 7.5 and under 4. Premium play was just on the full game. Now let me take a look real quickly. Anything else come in? Great question, Kyle. The plays that are being called out, if you could get the number, they are plus EV. I would, here's what I do to tell you what I do. You manage your money how you want. Here's what I do. I allocate a percentage of my bankroll to that stuff, into FBS and stuff that I know is time sensitive and I can't use for other people. And I go 2%, which for me, it's a lot of money. You know what I mean? Money's relative. Again, for the 500,000 guys, it's nothing. But that's what I would just fire straight 2% because that's a 0.5%. So you're not betting 1%, you're betting 0.5%. If you got a $10,000 bankroll, you're betting $50 on these. Just fire 50s, 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 50s. I promise you, when the dust settles, they'll be profitable. It's like I actually thought of it opening up a Twitter and just sharing all these as they come, or even paying somebody to follow the screen. And as they come in on my instant messaging and the other platforms that I have access to just give them out to people. but I don't know if it'll just be a waste of my time. Like, again, I'm not chasing internet clout, so it don't matter. If it could help people, I do it. Like, if I know people are going to be logged in and ready to trade, I would do it. Let me go through real quick, see if there's any quick question I could get to before we start moving. And again, yeah, it's ace 25, ace 25. Johnny will hook it up. Our goal, again, is to partner with sports bettors that are sick of the nonsense, that are tired of short-term hot streaks without long-term results, that are tired of trying to guess which losing capper is going to maintain their hot streak for this week or this game or that game. It's for traders that understand the sports betting market is very beatable, but it's difficult to beat. We have access to winning information to beat it. So now it's on you to manage risk correctly. There's two pieces of the puzzle. The first one we figured out, winning information. That'll be constant. The second part, I could urge you and share examples and try as hard as I can to explain why, but that's going to be completely on you. You're going to determine whether you have success or not. Because when December 31st comes, I'm going to tweet out my results, and I make myself a favorite to be up. Even though, again, 0.5% of sports bettors are profitable, I'm that confident. Please don't take it as arrogance, because I've been humbled by this market more times than you could ever imagine. I've gone broke more times than you could ever imagine. This market has broken me. So this isn't me bragging. This is me just telling you I've been beaten enough that now I've got the club and I have access to winning information. I know what the fuck I'm doing. And every December 31st, I'm a favorite to say we've won over the last 12 months. You want to ride that with me and do it the right way? We can do that. But again, it's easy when we're winning. It's easy when we're winning. You get tested when you're not. That's when you find out what you're cut out for, if you're built for something. And it's not a knock on anyone. Dude, some people just aren't built for it. I'm not built to be a surgeon. That shit just ain't for me. When I go through the channels, I don't stop it like that pimple popper dude. That shit isn't for me. I couldn't watch a show like that. Does that make me a pussy? I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not for me. I'm not cut out for that. So I don't fuck with it. And it's, again, with sports betting, not everyone's built for it. Just like stock trading. Why do you think day traders 99.9% go broke? Just not everyone's built for it. Everyone's built to celebrate and win, but few are built to handle losing. Very few are built to handle that. Again, it took me a while to learn how to lose. Until I learned how to lose, I was never going to win. That's the part that I finally came to realize, that until I'm able to lose and not go broke, I'm never going to win. I'm going to have to be able to fucking lose, get through a losing day, a losing week, a losing month, or I'm never going to win. I'm going to have to lose a football season, or I'm never going to have a winning NBA season. Like, I'm going to have to be able to handle that shit. And the best way to do it is bet size correctly. If you're not over betting, you're not sweating. The only time you're sweating is if you over bet. If your heart's beating, you bet too much. If your pulse is racing, if you're sweating out a result, you bet too much. It's so easy to know whether you over bet or not. How do you feel emotionally? We all been there, dude, where you're like, fuck, I need this game. Why do you need this game? Why do you need this game? Because you over bet it. Because you over bet your edge. Otherwise, there's no reason to sweat. Again, we're betting 0.25, 0.50, not even a 0.5% of a $10,000 bankroll on a 4% play. You're betting $100. What the fuck are you going to sweat $100 for when you got 10 dimes sitting there? You're not. That's where you got to get to. If you don't get to that point, you're not winning betting sports. Just do it for fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Have some fun. Allocate money you're prepared to lose. No going in. This is a high likely I'm going to lose this. And you may get lucky. Fuck, you'll have some winning weeks, winning days, winning weeks, winning months. How do you think that the pick selling business survives? Because every losing bettors have winning days, winning weeks, winning months, winning seasons. They even have a winning year on occasion, but it's not sustainable. Again, I'm just being real with you guys. And my only goal is to help you get to that point if that's your goal. If our goals align, if our goal's not aligned, then I'm just going to disappoint you. But if your goal is the same as mine, to use the sports betting market as a vehicle to invest my capital and make more so I could do other shit with it, then we're partners. But if your goal is I got to win this month because I depend on it to pay my rent, or I want to buy an engagement ring for my girl, a more expensive one, and I like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, take a step back. You're probably smarter than I am. You're reasonable people. Take a step back. What are you doing? This is how you're going to do it? You're going to take a shot at them? That's where you're going to get it from? Good luck with that. There is a way, man, but you got to be willing to go through the right way. You know, the blueprint is there to follow, but whether you can follow it is on you. Again, I'm not to keep bringing it up, but we are the most obese nation at the time that information is the most available. We know the most about health, about what's good for us, what's bad for us, what to eat, how to work out. We know all that is such available to us. There's even fucking chambers you could sleep in and all kind of shit, wellness shit. But again, I don't have a six-pack. I ain't got guns. Why? Because I don't have the discipline. I don't have the discipline. That's why. I don't have the discipline to go work out 2 hours a day and eat properly every fucking meal, not cheat, and dedicate myself. I don't have it. That's just me being honest with myself. It's not, oh, my genetics, or, oh, you know, someone did me wrong. No, dude, just be true with yourself. I'm not cut out. I don't have the discipline, dude. That's it. And with sports betting, it's the same. You all have the aptitude. That's for sure. You have the aptitude for it. It's not like it's rocket science. Again, I'm not telling you to create an algorithm. There's two ways to win betting sports. You can do it that way, trying to figure it out, algorithm, be a math major, go through that, you know, that route, get a master's in advanced mathematics and computation, and try to figure out a metric that hasn't been factored into the betting line and get an edge. God bless you if you're smart enough to do that. Or you could get down for winning bettors. I took that route. I knew these guys are going to need someone to get their money down, and I just became a master of doing that. And that gives me access to this winning shit. So with that said, let's start moving some of this winning shit, because we only got two bets so far. I'm going to share a secret today. I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Because we got the open room. I think everybody should profit from this. If they end up fucking me, shutting this down for me, then I'm going to blame someone in this room. All right. So far, our bets today is simple. We have under 48, Chicago KC, and we have a two-team teaser, New Orleans +8, Baltimore -2. It's a 3% play on the total, which means 0.75 of your bankroll. That's already been established. You don't have to do the math. You figure it out at the beginning, and you just do it for the whole year. It's that simple. And New Orleans, Baltimore, the teaser's a 4% play, so that's 1% of the bankroll. At -120, New Orleans +8, Baltimore -2 gives you a 3.33% edge over the household, a 3% edge. Again, MIT card counting group had about a 1.5%, 2% edge. This is 50% greater on the simple teaser. If you got -110, like Ace has found, then you got a 7.6% edge. 7.6% edge by putting in that teaser. Dude, it could lose. I'm not telling you the Saints and Baltimore is a lock, but when I'm telling you it's a lock that it's a winning bet, it's plus 7.6%. 7.6% edge. When you lay 110 to win 100, you go up to the window, you say, I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers minus a touchdown. Here's 110 to win 100. When you do that, the house edge is 4.5%. So the house is getting 4.5%, and you see the beautiful casinos they built off 4.5%. This two-team teaser gives you almost double that, a 7.6% edge. Again, I don't know if it's going to win. I'm not playing the game. I'm not repping the game. I don't have any control of any of that shit. But what I do control is I placed a bet that's giving me a 7% edge. That's all I know. That's the job. That's the only job as a sports bettor, you have. It's not knowing the teams, caring about. If you enjoy it, fuck it, have at it. Memorize all their names, memorize all their stats. Good for you. God bless you. Seriously, if that's fun and you enjoy it, have at. I used to when I was younger. You couldn't peel me away from sports. I'd fall asleep as a 8, 9 years old watching Monday Night Football because it went till midnight back on the East Coast. So I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. But all of that isn't sports betting. You got to separate yourself from the fan and from this. This is a market. Again, Baltimore, Saints +8, Baltimore -2, 0.7% edge at -110, 3.5% edge at -120. That's it as a sports bettor. That's the job. The job isn't is Baltimore going to win or the Saints going to win. Who the hell knows? Who cares? Who cares? The only thing that matters as a sports bettor is, am I placing bets where I have the edge? Well, fortunately, there's some ways of knowing. CLV is known better than closing line value. And of course, the teaser edges. And real fast, I'm going to share this. Don't do this right now. Don't waste time because we're going to go through the NFL games. Like I said, I only have 2 bets so far. Lines are moving, stuff's coming in. So I don't want this to deter from me giving subscribers good plays on Sunday. So I'm going to share this real fast. So you're going to check this after we get off the phone. Don't check it now. Go to all your books that you have access to. Six team 6-point teasers. 16 teasers, 6 points each. Actually, a subscriber who I've become friends with turned me on to this. A professional poker player, a female, actually turned me on to these bets. She has out that gives her ridiculous odds on the 6-team 6-point teaser. Well, if your book is given +600 or greater, most give +550. So you put up 100, you win 550. But if you have a book that is giving you +600 or greater, the woman that I'm talking about, her book gives her over 8-1. I swear to you, I saw it with my own eyes. I actually have a picture of the bet that was proven to me that it's not bullshit, because I actually thought it was bullshit. They're getting over 8-1. I found books that are giving me 6-1. At 6-1, I place some bets that give me a double-digit edge. That's correct. Where I'm getting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14% edges on all these teasers. I'm going to show you them real fast right now. And how they work is I only tease through those same key numbers. Primarily, we want to tease down. We want to tease 8, 8.5, 8, 7.5 point teasers down to 1, 1.5, 2. You get it, to 1.5, 2, 2.5. That's the most advantageous. But obviously, there's not going to be enough of them to get 6 on there. So then you start looking at the other way up from the 1.5, 2, 2.5 up. So you're going through 3, through 7 the other way. You add those on. And at the very least, if you don't have anything left like that are wongable, that are going through the 3 and 7, then you get a little more creative. And usually it'll be like maybe one more leg you have to fill out. And what I do is I usually look for like a 7-point favorite, 6-point favorite, and just bring it down to like where they have to win the game. And it's been allowing the teaser to remain plus EV and allow me to use 6 legs. So let me pull those up. A couple that I put in for you. All right. Okay. As you can see, these are all going through 2s, 8s. See, it's Jets, Saints, Bills, Ravens, Steelers, Rams. And as you can see, the payout is 6-1. Can you see it? Why can't I see the payout? Is it because I'm on here? Probably, huh? Oh yeah, oh, you guys could see it. It was closed for me. Yeah, see, 6-1. They're giving me 6-1 on these. I got to place them. Now, they're probably not going to win. You know what I mean? I'm hoping on 6 teams, but I'm getting double-digit edge on these. How can I not place them? It's like I told you, if you're walking through the casino, we know the roulette table has 38 numbers, and they give you 35-1. That guarantees the house is going to win long term. Why? Because you're not getting 38-1, you're getting 35-1. Okay? So the house knows it's going to win long term. What if while you're walking through the casino, they stop you and say, you know what? We think you're so good looking. For this next roll, we're going to give you 100-1, but you only could bet one number. Yeah, you're going to lose that bet. You're going to lose it. You're probably not going to pick the right number. One spin, 35 fucking numbers. Good luck. Okay? But you're getting 100-1 on something that should be 35-1. You have to take that bet. You have to take it. That's what I'm doing here. I'm not handicapping the games. I'm probably going to bet against some of these teams. I don't even know if we're betting any of these. Saints, Dolphins, Ravens, Steelers, Rams, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if I'm betting any of that shit. What I do know, see, I even took a 7 with that guy. Small nickel, but you need to do that to keep accounts like this open. A guy that's going to give me this, you can't beat him on every number. You do that, you're getting shut out. So that's how you cool off an account. I'll even throw in a parlay on shit. Got to cool off the account. So as you can see, if you can get 6-1 on those, you can do some damage. You could do some fucking damage. I'll help you put them together. In fact, I'll show them when I put them together. Let me know, and I'll post it somewhere. Yeah, Falcon lines continue to move. We're getting to that right away, sir. Right away, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Bet size correctly. Thank you, Corey B. It's just that easy. Like it's like a broken record, but it really is that easy to win. If you can't bet size correctly, you're fucked. Like there's nothing going to help you. And it's hard because, like I told you, dude, I'm betting a dime to 5 dimes, and I was betting 100 to 500. And I didn't even have, I'll be honest, let me just break it to you right now. I had 25 dimes. That's all I had. And I was betting as if I had 40,000. But I knew that I could replenish, meaning I was working. So even though I didn't necessarily have the 40,000, I had the 25, I had credit accounts. So I had that kind of capital, and I knew I was working, so I'd be able to replenish. And I started betting 100 to 500. I came to that day where I just told myself, no, that's it. Like you're done doing this the wrong way. Just try doing it the right way. Give yourself 1 year. You wasted 20 years of chasing parlays, of moving steam, of doing all this shit. You're not out money. So just give yourself 1 year of doing it right. 1 to 5. The next thing you know, I had more money at the end of the year than I started with. And it just became so obvious. Dude, you do the right things, good shit happens. So the next year I did the same thing. Next year did the same thing. Next year did the same thing. And now I'm at a point where I'm not increasing my bankroll. Like we're up 100, I told you, I'm betting $1,000 a unit. We're up 160 units, 160 dimes. Even if we don't make another penny till the end of the year, that money's going elsewhere. Like I don't need to bet more than that because it gets harder. That's the problem with sports betting, just like blackjack. The more you want to get down, the harder it gets. So I'm comfortable. I could get that down easily, no sweat, not worried about getting paid. And I just take any profit and I put it elsewhere. And thank God my life's improved within a decade from 25,000 to, again, it's not a brag because I came here with 600 bucks. So this is everything became a free roll for me. I was raised in a row house. I was very poor. So there's no brag or anything like that. And I went broke a lot of times before I finally saved up that $25,000. It's almost shameful to say that, yeah, I was in my 30s, 40 years old, only had $25,000 to my name after working all those years, gambling all that money, hundreds, millions of dollars. What did I have to show for it? Nothing. Stories, experiences, great nights, great weeks, great months, winning here and there. But I didn't have fucking security. I didn't know I could, if I wanted to sleep in, I could sleep in for a month. I could go on vacation, do whatever. I didn't have that until I started doing shit right. So again, not to go off on any rants, I apologize, but it's just so important to me. I swear to God, it's so important to me that people just stop fucking up. And I don't care, dude, just like, don't even listen to me. You don't have to follow my bets or join, partner up with me. Please just stop giving these books your money. They don't, please, like, think back all that money that you just waste. Like, what was it for? Was it really that much fun placing bad bets? Is it that enjoyable? It's not. So please, like, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. You work hard for that money. If they're going to take it from you, make them fucking earn it. Make it because you placed good bets and just ran into some bad luck. Like, I feel the last 6 weeks, the last 2 months, we've just had some bad luck. I feel we placed some decent bets, but we probably had some good luck the first 6 or 7 months, and that's what got us up to 300 units so quickly. So that's going to happen. And like I said, that's going to even out. But if you weren't bet sizing correctly, you're not going to be here to celebrate. And you're only going to, more times than not, you're going to go only, so you're only going to be around for the downfall. And that, tell me it hasn't happened to you. You haven't bought a capper because he's hot, and the minute you buy him, that month, he loses, or that week he loses. What did you think was going to happen? You bought him at the height. You paid 70,000 for Bitcoin at the height. What did you think it's going to do? Just keep going to 1 million? I did. I got suckered into it. Trust me, I lost a lot of money because I fell for it. I didn't know better. It wouldn't have happened to me in sports, but it happened to me in crypto and equities because it's a domain I didn't know better. So I thought things just do. Yeah, maybe they do just go straight up in that world. Nope. It's just like sports betting. Nothing goes straight up. Yeah, and if you have questions about the program, just email Gianni. Email bwa@wagertalk.com. Any questions about the program, bwa@wagertalk.com. And don't forget ACE25, they're going to hook you up with 25% off. So please, 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 not for me, for you. All right, let's make some money. Neil's here to trade. That's what I like to hear. Let me just scroll. What we got? Like those as 3-star ratings. 2% plays on if you get the number. 2% plays, get the number. Another Atlanta, game 1, Washington, Atlanta. They're going under 9.5 up to -125. Under 9.5 up to -125. Nothing I would release as a premium. Again, I would have to dig into it to let me look at the props real fast. And now we got to go through the games. Time's going to run out. Lines are moving. So let me just go through the, let me just look at these, see if any props came in. And let's start going through games, top to bottom. And at the end, we'll see if there's any numbers still available for us to throw in some teasers. All right. Nope. Just some soccer over in freaking Europe. Okay. We're gold. You ready? All right. And like I said, I'm going to go through these games. We're not, no deep analysis or anything like that. There's no time for that. Instead, I'm going to see quickly what I have as far as information goes, give that to you, let you know what my lean is, and more importantly, confirm any premium plays that we have. I'll do something real quick, let you look at my screen, give you an idea of where the money is coming in right now. You see some one-sided plays. See how early it is. As you guys saw last week, we had so much more in the. So it's early. That's what's good thing. They're still betting. So here we go. Let's start off at the top. Chargers at Minnesota. What do we got in that game? Power rated wise. It's a coin flip right around where my power rating is. Open 54.5 the total, now down to 53.5. Sharp money definitely came in under when it got bet up to 54. You saw the betting syndicates got out ahead of the betting market. Chargers Minnesota was going to get over money when it opened at 50, 51. That was pretty much assured. That's why it's one of those where there's no confirmation that you were going to get that it's a legit move, because you're looking at two teams that coming off some high scoring games. Minnesota's coming off a 62-point game, and you have the Chargers coming off a 51-point game and a 70-point game. You're not going to get a discount on the over. And what this looks like to me, got a little push towards that over. get the books moving it even more significantly than they need to, especially knowing that the public's going to come in on that side. And then you saw some sharp money come in on that under. I actually lean that way. Let me see. I want to make 42, 342. Hold on, this is just going through the motions, going through my charts in progression. Yeah, the only thing we have there, we could use on a teaser. The only thing I'm going to put there is I'm going to put the under in the chamber, Keep that under in the chamber. Let's go to Cleveland and Tennessee. Here, I think we're going to have a trade. Let's look at this Cleveland and Tennessee. Let me make sure first. Our premium, what we have here is New Orleans. We said Saints +8 with the Ravens -2. That's a great teaser. And then we have the Chicago under 48 as 3%. What is that Chicago total right now? All right, same thing. Okay. All right. Let's go. Cleveland, Tennessee. Cleveland and Tennessee. 2 1-1 teams, even though Tennessee has covered both as underdogs. So the Titans trying to cover 3 in a row as dogs. We have Cleveland -3.5 even money. Let me see what the money line is on that. Got to compare. Cleveland money line, it's about -170 to 180. We'll use -175. So let me do some calculations. -3.5 even money, right? Oh, bet online, or 3 -26, 3 -25 at Buckeye, or 3.5 even, right? -3 -125. The better bet would be taking 3.5 even money, believe it or not. You're better off laying 3.5 even money than 3 -125. But let's see the money line. Let's see the pick -175, -175. Yeah, still the better bet, because a -3.5 even equals pick -74. Pick -74. Fuck. I wanted one. I would bet 170 on the money line right now. I really would. And DraftKings, of course, the square book's at 170. Look at this. The square book's at 170, and the sharp book, like a circa's at 180, 185. Yeah, that's the bet. Cleveland minus. All right, we're going to put Cleveland in the chamber. Keep it in the chamber. We may lay the 3.5. Again, we're going to fire in the next 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. We'll pull the trigger. Now we're going through the early games and setting them up. This is what you do. You set up your trades, then you fire your trades. And as I'm talking, bet online. All right, okay. Yeah, so we're going to have Cleveland. We're going to move in at either 3.5 even money. Don't front run me now. Or money line minus, we'll see, 70 or 75. Okay. Let's look at that. Hold on. I know the over got sharp money as well, believe it or not. I know it doesn't reflect that on the number because it opened at like 40.5, 41.5, got bet down. But at 37.5, I got hit by a group. I didn't get hit on the under, but I did get hit on the over, believe it or not, when it got down to as low as 37. These two teams haven't played since 2020. All right. My power rating on it. Yeah. All right. Cleveland's in the chamber. That under. All right, I'm on to the next one. Let me just look real fast, see if anything's coming in. Let's go to Houston and Jacksonville. Houston and Jacksonville. All right, here's what I need my guys and gals in here to understand. I bet for money. I don't bet to cheer shit in, or I'm a fan. So you're going to see some trades that normal pick sellers aren't going to give you because they can't. It just would confuse too many people, novice bettors, and more importantly, customer service would get flooded with emails asking questions. But as traders, we're just looking to make good trades. That's why so many times you've seen we have a teaser and I come in on the other side because I'm looking to work a middle. I'm trying to make a big score, not just hit that one bet. So we're able to think long term in this room and not worry about winning today and selling a pick today. And here's why I bring that up, because here's where this sets up nicely. That, hold on. Chargers are slowly looking stronger and stronger. That line, if the Vikings don't move up, I'll tell you this, with the pressure the Vikings are getting right now, they need to go off as a one, they need to get up to 1.5 point favorites. That's not happening there. So let's keep our eye on that Chargers side. That should be moving right now. I'm seeing the pressure coming in from the betting public, and it's just being ignored, and it's one-sided on the Minnesota Vikings. Wow, that says a lot. That says a lot. Okay, so we're going to keep that as a question mark as well. Put that there. But we're moving to Houston Texans. Here's why I brought this up, because Jacksonville now falls under the teaser. It's at 7.5. We're putting that to the side as in a teaser. That's obvious because we're looking to make plus EV teasers. So when we put a teaser together, that's going to be one of them for sure. But what we're also going to do, damn it, see, here's the problem, man. See, they opened 7.5, went to 9.5. Why'd they go to 9.5? For teaser protection. Because if you, Pinnacle opens 7.5, right? They go to 9.5 immediately. Their first move was to 9.5. Now, that wasn't a big enough limit bet to move a point spread 2 points. Okay, it takes a lot to move an NFL point spread 2 points. Even injuries you need for that. But that's a teaser protection, because by moving it from 7.5 to 9.5, 6 point teaser don't work anymore. Because when I use a 6 point teaser from 9.5, I only bring it down to 3.5. That's not plus EV. I need to get through 3. I need to get it down to that 2.5 range. So that's all that is. But the problem is that the opportunity was there to get Houston at a better number. But because I like Houston, I'm telling you now, I like the Houston side. I actually want to bet the Houston side. Jesus. Okay, they got blown out. What did Jacksonville do? They lost this dome. Yeah, see, that's my only concern, that I could have got 9.5 earlier in the week. That doesn't mean it's that 7.5 isn't a good number. I just hate when I know I could have got a better number earlier in the week. So, yeah, we're going to wait on that, okay? Hold on one sec. I'm going to see if we should just asking the main man, the big guy, to run some math real fast. The guy's a freaking genius with this shit. He's going to let me know real fast. Yeah, let's just put it on the, let's just keep that in the chamber on the Texans, the plus 7.5. Again, I just love betting from a position of strength, and this isn't really doing it for me. Yeah. Yeah, just not yet. Okay, so let's put that to the side. So far we got in the chamber, and we got about 20 minutes before we determine whether we're going to fire for what is confirmed as premium. So we're looking at under in the Chargers, lean Chargers, Browns minus the points or money line, and we're looking to tease the Jaguars and take the points on Houston. Again, just looking to make good trades. So when the dust settles, those produce profit. That's the job. That's all the job is. Don't fall in love with any one bet, any one trade. On to the next one. Get in, get out. All right, so the next game we're moving on. Jets, Pats. Jets, Pats. Oh, you know what I should be looking at for you guys too? Hold on, give me a second. Sorry. Hold on, this shit matters. Give me 1 second, sorry. Jesus, just give me a second, I'm sorry. Fuck is this shit? Hold on, I have something. Give me a sec. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, this is good stuff. All right, so I wanted to look at some passing success rates. All right, let's look Jets, Patriots, Jets, Patriots. I need to pull up that data for myself, sorry. Jets, Pats. Opens 2.5, gets to 3 on the New England side. That's where you saw some Jets +3. Obviously, it's a key number, no surprise there. And we also saw some under money come in at 37. Let me see what this team total is real fast. Right now, the Jets, I think the Jets are a much better teaser play than anything else, especially with the low total and getting steam from 37 down to 35. That tells you points come at a premium. The less points expected to be scored, the more each half a point is worth, let alone each point is worth. And in this spot, we're getting a lot. We're getting a lot with 8.5 with a total of only 35. That says a lot, especially since these two have relatively placed some good, close games. They've had some blowouts amongst the two, mostly New England side. And New England has covered now like 5 straight in the series. So in 10 in a row, the Jets are motivated at home. Again, I think if you're going to bet the Jets, it's one of those that you want to take the 8.5. And also we have this team total. Let me see where it's sitting at right now to see if we could take advantage of that. Give me a second. Patriots, first half. Oh my, yeah, hold on. I think we got a play here. Hold on. Yeah. Let me just see what the number's going to be for team totals. Team totals. First half team totals. Pull up your first half team total. Yeah, if you get New England under 10 up to minus 140, New England under 10 up to minus 140, that's a 2% play. I'm actually going to send that out, especially with all that pressure coming in on the under, and more importantly, the teaser play on the Jets. And I saw some sharp money, like I told you, come in on the Jets at plus 3. So let's do that. Let's go New England team total first half. Under 10, minus 140. %2 only. That's all right. Boom. Oh yeah. All right. We still got some time to form better bets. That's all we're looking to do. Find some good NFL bets. All right, that one's official. And again, we have a bunch in the chamber that we will be putting together. All right, move on to the next trick. Saints Packers, Saints Packers. Green Bay opens as 2.5 point favorites with a 42.5, drop down now to 41.5. And more importantly, you have the Saints as road favorites, as 1.5 point road favorites, which you see, we have the Saints in our teaser at +8. Now we're going to look with the steam coming in on the under, at least pressure on the under from 42.5 to 41.5. Now we're looking to bet Green Bay in another teaser at +8, 7.5. There's ones right now at 1 minus 115, but already Superbook's at 1.5. Chris is at 1.5. I'm seeing 1.5s popping up. Bovada's at 2. 5 Dimes is at 1.5. All right, we're gonna have another All right, we're gonna have a couple teasers this week, baby. All right, Packers will be in a teaser as well. So we're gonna have that game with the Saints +8 on one side, and we're gonna have the Packers +7.5 on the other side. Those are bets we want to be in. Those are positions we want to be in. That's betting from a position of strength. Again, can't control the outcome, but what we can control is placing good bets. So, all right, we have 3 teaser possibilities already, and we're only in the early games. Fuck yeah. Oh, I just got excited. Let's move on. Denver, Miami. Denver, Miami. Here we may be firing immediately. Hold on. One of my power ratings disagree. One of my power ratings disagree with me. I don't like disagreement. Let's see something. Oh, we may have to get a little creative on this one. Let's see what that first half line is. What's that first half line? Oh, they're giving 3.5 to Miami, to Denver? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hold on. You just fucked yourself. Okay, here's how we're going to break this shit down. No, it was 6.5. Let's clear that. All right. Let me look at that first half again. Just looks so sexy sitting there at a beautiful 3.5. You're so beautiful. I can't let you go. You know what? Okay. Hold on, man. I like the over too. Let me see how I'm going to put this together. Give me a second. I mean, yeah, this is a Denver team that could very easily be 2-0. They've lost by a combined 3 points. Yeah, the over sharp, just so you know, if you like the over, it's sharp. Over 47.5, I even see 47 there. I could tell you with certainty it's a sharp bet. Let me see if I'm going to piggyback that. I wanted at 47, we'd have gotten down on it, but I'm seeing mostly 47s and a halves. And there's no reason to take a. Damn this. That's where I look for something like a confirmation. I'm looking for a confirmation, something to push me over the top, to make me fire. We are firing a premium right now. Just give me 30 seconds. Don't worry, you're getting in a premium right now. I'm just thinking how we're going to break this down. Whether I should be going first half with it too. What did you do, Bet Online? You know what? Let's take the 6. Let's grab the 6. Plus 6 on the Broncos, 4%, 4% rating. That means it's 1% of bankroll, 1% of bankroll. Yes, circles up to 1.5, 2 on the Saints. Yes, we will be able to tease that Green Bay game. Let's get the Broncos in right now. Let's get a 4% play on those Denver Broncos. And just so you know, I bet 2% on the first half too. I try to be as selective as I can to help you manage your bankrolls as correctly as possible. And this is one of those plays where, again, it's a number that I like, but I wouldn't. Fire premium only because I didn't get that confirmation that I was hoping for. Like a couple of the sports books that I look at needed to move their line a certain way, and they just haven't. So with you guys, I'm everything has to confirm, or you don't get it. And I'd rather not give you anything than do that. So all right, so we got Denver in there as well. 4% play on the Denver Broncos. Added to the mix. I sent it out. Let me see. I don't have to rush betting it because I know we're fine with these. Meaning no one's going to beat me to the 6. It's not getting steamed right now. Oh, it's awesome. It's already everywhere like that. 6 minus 10. 6 minus 10. Ace is looking for discounts. 6 minus 10. All right, no discounts today, fuckers. I got a minus 105 account. It's gold, but I got to be real careful how I use it. You don't want to get those ever shut down. All right, so that's another one. We got another play in there. I like it. Let's get the Broncos plus the 6 as a 4%. We got 2 4% in the hopper. There we go. Let's go Bills next. Bills next. Buffalo Bills up next. Oh, we got time to spare too. Buffalo against Washington. Oh, I'm just looking at this passing success rate for Washington. Defensively is really good. It's really good defensively. Okay, Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. Wow. I like Washington in this game. It's just the number I wanted higher. It's the only thing bothering me right now. That it was 6 yesterday. Fuck. I don't need 7, but I would like 6. Give me a sec on that. God damn it, dude. You got too many markets, too many sports, too many fucking things going on. You miss some things. Just me being honest. Can't get to everything. Let me see that total. I like that under too, man. Give me a sec. We're going 4, 6, 4. Come on. And I'd be forced to keep it in the chamber. Put Washington there too. Keep it on the side right now. Let's put Washington on the side right now. Plus 5.5. Fuck. Okay. We got time. Seeing now Penny's charging. You know what? Let's fire now. Let's go. Washington, just a 3% play because of the line move. Washington plus 5.5. They're at home. They're at home. 3% on the Skins. Commanders. Yeah, sure they are. On the Washington Redskins. We don't bet the Commanders here. We take the Redskins. If you like the Redskins, take the 5.5, 3% play. We're good there. We don't need the 6. More I'm looking at it. Because the points aren't as, believe it or not, the over. All right, Washington, let me see the 5.5. Wow, that guy went to 5. Bravo. He's sharp. Wow, he's sharp too. Bravo. They're going to 5 with it. Player. Play on. Yeah, give us the 5.5. What the fuck? What did I get? this guy? Just got to spread them around. Forgive me. All right. That's a 3% play on Washington. Plus 5.5. 3% on Washington. They just hit me with a spinner. Fuck you. They just hit me with the spinner where it says line, it spins. It won't take it as a line has changed. Will you still accept it? No. No, here you go. Accept this. How's that for an acceptance? Accept it. I ain't gonna fucking accept. I'm gonna accept worse. I'm really gonna accept worse. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Not in this lifetime. Yeah, and for the gentleman asking, no, here's why you don't buy it. Believe it or not, here's why you don't buy it to 6, because it's only worth 9 cents, not 10 cents. If you go from 5.5 to 6, you should be paying minus 119. That's a fair price. So if you're getting 118, you would do it. You're getting the best of it. If you're getting 115, you definitely do it. But at 120, you're taking actually the worst of it. Now you're giving them even greater hold than they even need. So yeah, you stay away from buying points unless you are 100% sure you're getting the best of it. You see what's come in. Check the prop. This early soccer play won. No. Okay. It won, yeah. All right. God bless America. What a country. We could just wake up and bet some sports, make a good living. Not bad. You got to have the capital, I guess, too. So there is a catch, right? All right, Detroit, Atlanta. This is the game of the week. The game of the week. The 2-0 Atlanta Falcons. Wow. How about them Falcons? How about them Falcons? Oh, you're about to get a bonus. You're about to get a bonus. AC something he loves here. Hold on. Oh, this is really going to do it. We're going to do it. Detroit and Atlanta. I have a disagreement within groups. Let me explain this to you. I got Atlanta +4, Atlanta +3.5 through one group, and then Detroit -3 and money line through another. Go ahead. No, it's what's it called? No, Denver +6. Denver +6. Yes. Yeah, Denver's the dog. Why did I put Miami +6 or something? Oh no, Denver +6, not minus. Yes, that's all that is. Sorry. It's Denver +6. Denver +6. Yeah, that's where that mistake went. Denver is getting 6, not -6, guys. You guys know that. I don't have to resend that and waste time, right? Have admin do it, please. Yeah, you guys are smart enough to know. Denver's getting 6. Denver's getting 6. All right. We got that. All right, guys, getting ready for this? Let us dig in a little deeper because I see a total that's just jumping off the page at me. We're gonna do it. 3473. Let me just do this math real quick. I think we got a 5% play coming. Oh shit. Hold on. Hold on, give me a second, guys. This matters. And we're gonna fire, that's why. I got a couple bets coming. Okay. All right, boys. We wanted a 5% play today, and we're going to get it. We are going to get it. Oh, no. God damn. We're going to keep it at 4%. 4%. 4%. Yeah, it's 4%. Not 5. Not 5, guys. Again, for me to fire 5, you know, everything's got to fit the puzzle. Okay, so we're going to go game 466, Atlanta, Detroit, under. 466, Atlanta, Detroit, under. 47.5, 4% play. Atlanta, Detroit, under. 47.5. Under 47.5. Again, if there was 0 resistance, and next thing you know, we got a bunch of bets coming together. See that? That's how you piece a nice under. Oh, good. Just one more early game, then we'll have time to get the late ones. Let me get these bets in, though. Sorry, guys, I'm betting it. Here you go. 4, which is a 4 unit. For me, it takes a little more time. There you go. He's giving me minus 104. I like it. All right, next game. Colts, Ravens. And then we'll go back through and hit the next ones. Yeah, good. I don't think there's any teasers for later, so we'll be able to tie some up right now. Ready? Colts, Baltimore. Colts, Baltimore. Let me check this game out. Let me clear the changes. Okay, been around 7.5, 8. Still stand from 44 to 43. Colts, Colts, Colts. Colts and Ravens, Colts and Ravens. Oh, yeah, that game went to OT last year, right? Or the year before, yeah. And Colts and Colts. Sec, I think we got a bet here on the total. Just doing some math. Give me a sec. Give me a sec, guys. Sorry, just checking this out because I think we're going to bet this total. Again, this is me just instant messaging with the group of guys back on the East Coast that are firing on this shit and getting most of my stuff down too. Thank you, boys. All right. Yeah, let's go. Oh, okay. We're going to go game 4-6-7, Colts, Baltimore. 4-6-7, Colts, Baltimore. We're going to go over 43.5, over 43.5, Colts, Baltimore. 3% play, 3% play. Colts, Baltimore, over. $43.5. Oh, good to see. BMC, their big play is on the Denver Broncos. They taking the 6 for a 5%er. Attaboy. That's good to know. That's good to know. They're having a good year in NFL. It's good to know. All right, let's get this Indy Baltimore in the out of the chamber. I mean, into over 43. Well, it's 44s out there. Yeah, good. That's what we want to see. All right, over 43.5. My bets are in. Okay. Let's go back through and see if we're going to use any of those that were in the chamber from earlier. You ready? Start off with the first game. We're going to game 451, 452, Chargers, Minnesota. We are going to fire on the Chargers. We're going to take them in the first half. This road team is a good bet on the first half. Get the plus half, plus half. Let's go 3% on the Chargers. Getting half a point in the first half. That's correct. Half a point. Minus 115. Oh, minus one. I'll make it minus 125. How's that? How's that? I'll make it 125. Be fair. Take the half a point at 125, or if it's at a pick 'em, if it's above 130, just take the pick 'em. That's it. And the worst is they tie at halftime and you just push instead of it ain't a loss. That's my advice. And we're taking this first half because that's, I could tell just from the line movement, that's the side. No, yes, Denver's plus 6. Yes. Hold on, let me let her know. It's Denver plus 6. It's Denver plus 6. We're rushing here. Yes. It's typed in as Denver. It's typed in as Denver. Plus a half, minus 125. If it's greater than 130, you're taking them fucking pick 'em. It's that simple. Yes, Denver was plus a 6. No, they were if you want to lay 6 with Denver, lay 6. See how that turns out for you, no problem. I'm going to take the 6. Yes, and if it was Miami, I would have wrote Miami on that. That would have said Miami. Would not have typed Denver. And let me let them know, because I know this is going to cause problems now. Chargers are first half. First half. Give me a sec. See, is this shit that ties me up? Can't have this one. I'm busy. Can't have it. All right. Just make sure they add first half. Now, what else were we looking at? What else were we looking at? Play that just came in. The over in Bills Washington. Over Bills Washington. That's why you're seeing that line up to 44. Any of the 43 and a halves are gone. I'm not piggybacking it as a premium play. That wasn't on my radar. So just sharing the information, use as you see fit. Personally, Ace is going to let that one go. Now let's look at these later games. Is there anything that is possible in our teaser? Oh, no, good, perfect. All right, let's set up some of this early shit. First game, remember Chargers, we took the first half. The under, we're going to pass. DraftKings is up to 54, but that's the only 54 on the board. The rest are 53 and a half. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I have to be honest with you, 55 is the number I really wanted. I wanted 55. Then it wouldn't have mattered to me. Sharp, square, I don't give a fuck. At 55, we're going under. But at 54s, there's no reason. 53 and a half, I mean, there's no reason. Let it go. All right, so let's cross that one off. Fuck the under. On the other side, we didn't have another side. Okay, so we have three teasers to work with. We have the Jags, we have the Jets, and we have the Saints. Okay, we already have the Saints in one. So what we're going to do here is tie up the Jags and the Packers. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just check this. Let me just check to put together the best possible teaser for us. You know, I love my teasers. And please find 110s. Don't lay more than 120. In 2023, you shouldn't have to. All right, so we were looking at Jacksonville and Packers. Wow, Packers are up to 2, huh? At some places, wow. All right. So Green Bay and Jacksonville. Come on. Nope, can't play that one. We can't play that one. See, at minus 120, it's negative EV. That's the difference. At minus 110, we got a 3% edge almost, 2.5% edge. Like I said, that's a card counter edge, even a little greater. That's the difference between laying 110 and 120. That right now, I can't give you Jacksonville, Green Bay. See how much that sucks? Can't give it to you. It would be a negative EV teaser. That's just the truth. I'd have to bet it through a 110. Yeah. Yeah. Or tie into that 16 parlays that we talked, 6 team teasers that we talked about. Yeah, got to keep it real. Someone's asking, what is home field worth in the NFL? Great question. Great question. The biggest misconception is that home field is worth 3 points in the NFL. Nothing could be further from the truth. The average is close to 2 points. Close to 2 points. Here's a little something else. If they're in the division, in the same division, when they play each other twice a year, it's worth about 1.5 points home field. Like Jets Patriots today, the Jets home field's worth about 1.5 points. It's not worth 3 points, not worth 2 points, not worth 2.5. Like that's, you know, any matchup that you see like that, where it's divisional, Green Bay, Detroit, Green Bay home field, it's only about 1.5 points. That's what it's worth. Now, a team like that don't play each other, let's say Bears, Chiefs, that one I would set like 2 Chiefs because they have a stronger home field. The highest I'd go is 2.5. 2.5. That's it. If you're, you know, at different conferences, 2.5. Like 3 would have to be the Saints in back when it was the Who Dat Super Bowl. You know, when that home field was worth a lot more. And even then, it was worth about 3 and a little. Seattle during their heyday, 3 and a little. But average, that's about it. 1.5 to 2. Damn it, man. They fucking killed us on that. I got excited. I thought we were going to be able to put in a parlay. Let's see if we use the Jets. See, it's that Green Bay that's hurting us. It's the Green Bay side that's hurting us. If they've been taking it up that I threw that 7.5, 8 is more advantageous. Like if they were 2, it would be better. Like if we use the what's it called? The Jets. Let's say the Jets in there. The Jets, that would be almost break even. Like Jacksonville teased with the Jets would be about break even. But it just goes to show you, teasers are very difficult to place plus EV teasers. But I really need to use this Packers. So we need to find something to add with the Packers. Give me a second. We may have to move the Monday night and go with the Rams. That's what we may have to do. Let me see how that sets up. Nope. Again, even there, Rams and Green Bay, minus almost 5%. Almost a 5% hold for the house. Teasing the Rams with the Green Bay Packers. Again, teasers, you have to be very selective or it's not even worth betting them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Green Bay into action because we needed them to get the 2. If Green Bay was at 2, we're gold. We needed Green Bay at 2 for us to be gold. If they got the 2, we could use it. And again, I just keep it real. I'm not going to ever send out to you negative EV bets. Every bet we place is going to be positive EV. Doesn't mean it's going to win, but it will be positive EV. All right, let's look real quick if we have any last bet before I move on to this late shit. Most one-sided. You ready? most one-sided public bet sides, or Minnesota Vikings, ticket count. This is ticket count. Minnesota Vikings, followed by the Colts. Damn, I like the Ravens there too. I like Baltimore. What if we use Baltimore in there? All right, we got one that's plus EB. Slow, light, but we got one. And now we have a middle with Green Bay. You ready? We're going to take Green Bay plus 7.5 and Baltimore minus 1.5. 4% teaser. Green Bay. Packers plus 7.5. Oh, I can't even send it out. It's come down because it's late. So just letting you know, I'm betting it. There's only 5 minutes to kick off, 8 minutes to kick off, and they shut it off like 10 minutes before. So, you know, people don't bitch they can't get a play. Just so you know, right now, I'm betting under in Minnesota and the Chargers. I'm betting under 53.5, and I'm betting that teaser, just so you know. Again, I can't use it as a premium because the back, you know, the system's shut down, but we are betting it. Yeah, I just right now, I just went under 53.5 for 3% play. And I just bet that teaser as well. Get the teaser in now too. You said Baltimore. I like the Ravens, man. Ravens in a fucking blowout, right? Yeah, another one again. Too late. I'd be betting. That's why I need to open this something. But it don't matter. You guys know. That's what matters. You know what I'm betting right now, just so you understand. I went under 53.5 in the Chargers, Minnesota. I just put in a teaser with the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens. And I even took a little Ravens at -7, -120, about a 1% on that. All right, we're good. We're good. I'm pissed. I missed 3 plays right there. But again, as long as you get them, that's what I care about. If you're making trades, that's what the steam room's for. Like I said, at the end of when December 31st comes around, I'm hoping your results are even better than mine because you passed on a couple losers and that kind of shit. All done. More shit coming in. All right, we're gold, baby. We are gold. Yeah, look at all that college football. Just too much information. That's see like this. I could give you these trades. There's going to be a lot of trades in college football that I don't even send out. Sometimes just to shut down the back end and that kind of stuff. But I'm betting, and I want you guys to have access to it. Like I work for you in this room. I work for you guys, so I need to know how to best help you. And yeah, under in Chargers, Minnesota. Yeah, I'm betting that. Yeah, look at that down to 52.5. That's us doing that right now. That's us. That's us pushing that, moving that market right now. Moving that market. That's it. Light those numbers up. Light those numbers up. Throw them Packers in a freaking teaser too. Have that 15, 16 point middle with a total that's only at 41. That's a trade. That's a fucking trade. Those are the bets you want to be making. Again, I know it's not as fun as cheering in the team for 3 hours and that shit, but I enjoy making like that. To me, this is I just enjoy it so much. When I know I got in and beat them to a good bet, doesn't mean I'm going to win. Again, that part I had to really groom myself and learn to celebrate a loss. It's very hard to do psychologically to celebrate a loss. But once you get past that gambler stage and get to where I'm trading, if I'm putting on my money, if I'm trading my dollar for a bet, it's going to be a good bet. When you get to that point, you can celebrate a loss. You really can, because you're like, I crushed you on the number. Sure, it didn't fall my way, but I buried you on your number. I got +7 and you closed at fucking 4, dude. What are you talking about? Okay, so they lost by 2 touchdowns. What am I going to do? I still destroyed you as far as bets go. And as long as I keep doing that, your money's going to be in my pocket. Nothing you could do about it, boss. All right. Let me look real quick. Any questions? Because I got to get to the later games. And then I got to get to baseball. We're wasting trades in baseball. I told you the shit that at least we got 1 trade in. And I told you the stuff I'm going to be looking at. But if you see the square shit that people are betting, you would lose your mind. There's a guy right now. I'm looking at his bets. He bought Buffalo Bills. He bought a point to take Buffalo from -5 to -4 at -130. So he laid -130 to get -4. Let me do the math right here. Let's check this out. -4 minus, what did I say he laid? Let me look again. -4 minus 130, or 5 minus 110. Okay. Wow. -5 equals 4 minus 122. So he paid double to get that. In his mind, that bettor thinks that he has -4. He doesn't. Now he actually has worse than -5 as far as actual math goes. He's laying worse than he could have at 5 minus 110. Like if he just took Buffalo -5 minus 110, it's a better bet than him laying -4 minus 130. Like he's getting a worse bet now than that 5 at -110. Like I said, he's paying double to go from 4 to 5. He's paying almost double what he should to get that point. Again, books are not going to give you a discount. If they're letting you buy it, again, look, try to buy on the 3 and see what they charge you. Even try to buy on the 7 and see what they charge you. A lot different than when you buy on an 8 or a 13. Why? Because they know what they should be charging you, and they're not giving it to you at a discount. They're giving it to you at a premium. So you end up placing a worse bet than if you would have just took the original number. Now their hold, instead of being 4.5%, you're betting into a 6% hold. Why take a worse bet? Because psychologically in our head, we're thinking, dude, I got -4. We forget the -130 part. We're thinking, dude, this lands 4, I push. With 5, it would have been a loser. And 24-20, 17-13. There's a lot of games that could land on 4. That's not realistic. That's where you take a step back and you just think with your reasonable brain, not your emotional brain. You say, what is this actually worth? What am I getting with -4 minus 130? Well, brother, You're paying a lot, 8 cents more than you should. That's what you're doing in a industry where we go by 10 cents. You move up each 10 cents. So again, I don't mean to call anyone out and pick on anybody. Instead, I'm using this as an example to show you that bettors actually make it easy on these sports books. This is why all that nonsense talk on gambling Twitter about traps and that shit is so foolish. Why do they have to set, why would you need to set traps when your customer is willing to take a worse vig than you're actually offering them themselves? That they're saying, you know what? No, dude, I know your hold is 4.5%, but I'm going to make it 8% for you. I'm going to take an even worse bet. Why? Again, you're reasonable and smart people. You're in here. You're with the steam. You're in the room. You're smart enough to know where the info, knowledge, truth lies. So you're smart enough to know what to do. Just think logically. You're logical people. Think logically. What am I doing? What does this number represent? What does this VIG actually mean? Okay, I'm paying 130. What does that mean? What's my break even now? So wait, I thought there was a 52% chance that there ain't a 52% chance of it winning by 5, but there's a 55% chance of him winning by 4? Like what are you saying when you make that bet? Again, not picking on the gentleman or lady that placed that bet, simply trying to figure out like what is the reasoning behind that. None of it is sharp. None of it. It's all emotional. And we have to leave emotion at the door. And everything we do, even if it doesn't feel right, has to be right. Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't feel good. It don't feel right. But you still have to do it if you want good results. And again, if you could get better than 40% on your capital over 12 months, please go get it. Please go get it. Don't waste your time with me and betting sports. Go out there and get it. I can't. Like I said, the S&P, which is the benchmark as far as comparing investments, the S&P is the benchmark. And on your capital, it's going to grow what, 8% a year, 9% a year, 7% a year over the last 50, 100 years? That's great. It's enough to make you wealthy if you compound it in enough time and keep rolling it over. But here we did 40%, but you got to manage it correctly. You could get there. It's not that hard, but you got to keep doing the right things all the time, even when it hurts. All right. Now we're going to look real quick if anything came in, and we're going to do the late games, and then we got to shut it down, okay? Because like I said, I got a little baseball to do. I don't even get to watch this stuff like you guys do. It's okay. In another life, I'll be born wealthy, right? Okay. I love that idea. I love that idea, C. I don't want to mispronounce your name, Castanese. Forgive me. I love that idea. The steam room should be open earlier in the week. We should have a meet up on a Wednesday for an hour. This is where we at. This is what we're looking at. How can I help you? I'm so down. I told you, I'm doing this every day. I work every day. I wake up at 4:30, about 4:45 every morning. I start trading equities. By 6:30 my time, I have to be done everything and locked into my desk to day trade equities. And as I'm doing that, games are coming in, baseball, all that shit. And I work till about 6, 7 at night. With that said, I'm here for you. If you guys are down, I work for you. You just got to ask. Send Wager Talk an email and say, hey, we'd like an extra day in the steam room. Hey, I'd like Ace to come on earlier in the week on a weekday where we're not busy betting games. Well, he could answer some questions for an hour and maybe we could look ahead. Dude, I'm here for you. That's why I said we built this for bettors that actually want to do this like I do it. Like use it to profit. Use it to make money and invest in other things. So yeah, I'm here for you. We want to have it 3 days a week. For me, I just flip a switch on. I'm working anyway. I told you, I have a number. Once I get to that number, my camera's off, my computer's closed. I'll probably still trade because I love trading. I love the competition of it, but Ace is done. I'm not selling picks anymore. Probably going to do content if just for fun, if I want to, put something out there. But once I reach my number, I'm done, dude. I'm using this for one purpose only. The sports betting market, so I could get my capital and help get me to that number faster. As soon as I get to that number, dude, I want to enjoy my life. I want to feel spiritually, physically improve my life. See what charities, what I could help. I love animals. Any way I can help. That's life. Like this shit, this is just a means to an end. Like if that's the end of it, where I'm just going to cheer in games, fuck that. Life's too short. How many years we have? I'm going to spend that on the couch cheering in games? Nah. I'm going to use it, have fun while I'm young with it, do it like everyone else. But thank God we're using it now as an investment vehicle to better our lives down the fucking road. And again, if our goals aligned, you're going to do great here. If it's not, I wish you the best of luck on your own. I hope you do figure it out and find ways to win or find other sources of information. Be careful with that. And please, the only thing to take advice, you could say, go fuck yourself, disagree with me about everything. But please, if you're going to just take one thing away from here, it's, am I over betting my edge? Am I over betting my edge? And if you're a novice bettor, a recreational bettor, if you're not a bettor where you wake up every morning and you know what the fuck you're doing, and you know that this is my process, I'm robotic, I spot a trade, I know when it's plus EV, I place it, I just keep doing that over and over. If you're not there yet, don't ever bet more than 1% of your bankroll. Even with my 5%, don't ever bet more than 1% and you'll be fine. So if you have $100, I'm sorry, you got to bet $1. If your book doesn't take $1, then you need to wait till you have a $500 bankroll, or else you're just going to lose that $100. If you go in there betting $5 a game with 100, you will lose it. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. You're going to lose that $100 because you're over betting any edge you could possibly have. And please don't take this the wrong way, but if your bankroll's only $100, your edge can't be that great in sports. Like, how much of a wise guy can you possibly be if your whole bankroll's $100? That's not a knock. It's just, again, you got to be realistic and be honest with yourself or where you are. Don't compare yourself to me, to the guys with the $500,000, to anyone. Fuck that. We all have different lives. Different shit happened to each of us. Like I've said from day one, compare yourself to you. Are you sharper today than you were last week, last month, last year? Are you a better person than you were last week, last month, last year? Are you healthier than you were last week, last month, last year? Are you more honest? Are you more? Those are the things. And are you looking back at your old self and cringing? Like if you're looking back at your old self and celebrating you, then you probably haven't evolved. I look back at my old self and I cringe at a lot of the shit. And that reminds me that I've evolved. I've come a long way and I have a long way to go. So please don't compare yourself to me or anyone else in this room. Whether you only have a $100 bankroll or a $100,000 bankroll, what matters is whether you're doing this the right way. Because if you can't make money with $500, you're not making money with 500,000. I promise you. If you can't make money betting sports with $500, you can't make it with 500,000. It's that simple. A $500 bankroll is enough. You bet $5 a game. Of course, it's not enough to use a source of information like me. Of course, your overhead's going to be too high. I'm saying on your own. That's just the bottom line. You do it the right way, you'll be fine. Let me move down. Let's see any questions. The teaser I just played, I placed 4% teaser, which is a 1% play for me. And it's simple, middle of the Green Bay Packers, Saints. I have the Saints on one side, I got the Packers on the other. And on the one leg, it's going with the Ravens. On the other leg, it's going with is it the Ravens again? We love the Ravens. Oh, yeah, so I didn't even have to straight bet the Ravens. Good. Okay, we got Ravens. But again, it's not premium because the back end was closed. All right. Yeah, Nathan. A lot of bettors do that, and they buy crazy points. They tie up these teasers or parlays without realizing whether they're actually placing decent bets. More times than not, they're betting worse than if they just straight bet it. Like the house edge, they're making it even harder on themselves. Like we said, half of 1% are able to overcome the 4%, 4.5% edge the house has. So again, if you walk into a room and there's 200 bettors, according to one of the biggest bookmakers on the planet, who's been booking for longer than most of us have been around, the company has, okay, has told us from their work, their bottom line, their results, that a half of 1% of their bettors are up money. Meaning if you walk in the sports book, there's 200 people in there. One guy at the most is a winning sports bettor. All the rest are losing bettors, all the rest of them. And one of the greatest reasons is they can't overcome that 4.5% edge. That's the main reason. So now if you can't overcome that, if 99.5 can't overcome the 4.5% edge, what the fuck makes anyone think they're going to overcome the 6, 7, 8% edge that they're trying to go up against by buying points, by putting in bad parlays and bad teasers? Again, it's hard enough to overcome the 4.5. To overcome the 8s, 9s, 10%, forget about it. Do you know if you tease NFL totals, your edge is any total you throw in there, double digit, already negative. So out of every 100 you bet straight, 11 to win 10, the book expects to make $4.50 off you. You throw in a teaser in the NFL with totals, that's about 3 times more they expect to make from you. 3x worse you're taking. And yet people tease them all the time. College football yesterday, I went to the book, guys all around me betting teasers. There's not a college teaser that's better, lower house edge than a straight bet. Any teaser you tease in college is going to be a terrible bet. And yet they're teasing college totals, not even college signs. Please, 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 the biggest takeaway should be, if you're doing it for enjoyment, place bad bets. Who cares? Have at it. You already kissed this money goodbye. It's money you want to use to entertain yourself. So entertain yourself and have at it. But if you're actually betting with the mindset of, this is an investment and I'm trying to make more on my money, then how could any of those things be the right move? Like, you're contradicting yourself. You can't do both. You can't place bad bets and be profitable. It's just, you can't. You have to choose one or the other. Either it's okay to place bad bets and have fun with sports betting, or I'm just going to place good bets and treat it like a business. Excuse me, so it pays like a business. That's it. There's one or two choices. I made mine. And again, you could make yours. We all have different lives, different responsibilities, different goals. If your goals aligned with me, let's keep being partners and let's keep doing what we're doing. If it's not, God bless you. I wish you the best of luck in everything you do. I'm not booking you. But go crush them. I hope you hit them for a 10-team parlay for $20 billion. I hope you shut down the fucking strip. I really do. But again, 30 years I've been here, man. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. So many Greyhound buses have rolled into town with great ideas and how they figured something out. And they roll right back out, man. Again, I just sick of watching good people, bad shit happen to good people when it doesn't need to. and you just can't explain it. If someone doesn't have an open mind where they're willing to change their thesis, there's nothing you can do. Like if you have to be willing to change your thesis when it's been proven wrong to you, and your results should answer that question for you. If you're down betting sports, then your thesis is wrong. Just be honest about that. And that's okay, because at least now there's a chance for you to do it right. But if you can't even get to that point where you admit that your thesis is wrong and you just continue to lose money, then I can't help you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be able to do anything for you. That's something you're going to have to figure out on your own. I wish you the best, doing it. With that said, don't have Ace go off on tantrums because we need trades. So let's move. Next play, Panthers, Seahawks. I think we got action here. I think we do. Carolina's the square, I hate to call it that way. It's almost a square dog. Carolina's getting the public money and the sharp money. Those worry me a little bit. Let me dig a little deeper into it. I kind of like to be on an island myself, to be honest with you. That's just how I roll. I prefer being on an island. I'm more contrarian than anything else in all my trading. When things are going straight up, I'm looking for it to come back down to earth. When the world's on fire, I'm looking to buy. I took a long time to train myself that way, and I lost a lot of money, but it's been the most profitable. When everyone's screaming that the world's on fire, Ace is buying. When it's the hardest to buy, that's when I'm buying. And when it's the hardest to sell, that's when I'm selling. I used to do the opposite. All right. Carolina, Seattle. Last 3 games they played were all within a touchdown of each other. Big time over games they've been playing. That means points are worth a lot less. Carolina won straight up last week, huh? No, Carolina lost. They pushed against New Orleans on Monday night. That's right, Monday night. It was Seattle, that went into Detroit and won as 5-point dogs. Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. We bet Seattle. The Panthers. I did bet the Panthers. I just got a better number than what it's sitting at now. And at that time of the week, I just didn't have the confirmations that I have now, to be honest with you. And now that it's sitting at 4.5. The most I would bet on that, if we do fire, it's going to be a 3. Well, it opened at 4, so it's really not that bad actually against the opener. But it did get up to 6, 6.5 during the week. That's where we'd be from a position of strength. Like if we took the 6, 6.5 from Carolina, you're betting from a position of strength. You know why? Because if information changes, if there's some conflicting data, you could get off it. You come in and bet Seattle minus 4.5. Wow, you got yourself a fucking 2-point middle on top of it. A 1 point in between, 2 on the outside. It's a beautiful position to be in. Even if it's a bad bet, you're in a great position because you bet from a position of strength. But if you're not betting from a position of strength, you're fucked. Like now, I am. But no, I'm putting Carolina in the chamber. And if you get a play from me before kickoff, it'll be Carolina plus 4.5 at no more than 3%. Because again, a lot of some of the EV, not a lot, some of the EV has been gone, has been taken. All right. Let's move. Cowboys, Cardinals. How about them Cowboys? We got them season win totals over, right? All right. We could cash that now. I almost bet the future on them to win too, but I was hoping they came out a little cold and people gave up on them and I'd get a better number because they were just not giving enough before the season starts. Like you got to be getting, unless they're so heavily favored, you know, like a Buffalo Bills, like a Kansas City Chiefs, like you just know, unless it's a key injury to a quarterback, that these will be top 3 power rated teams. With Dallas, they've just disappointed so many times, where on paper they were that, and they go out and just not get it done. So I was hoping if you saw a little flop early, we'd get a good number, because with the NFL, if you're going to lock in a future, you want to be getting a good return for that risk, because there's a lot of risk, not just the time that lapses in between, that you could be putting that capital to work over and over and over and over and over again, which probably is going to profit you more if you're a plus EV bettor than tying it up for that length of time. But it's also the risk. It's NFL. Every week, these guys go out there and get into car accidents every Sunday. One injury, and it changes everything. And you've tied up that capital for that long for what kind of return. That's why when I'm looking for, what's it called, long-term results, futures, long-term futures, then I need a good return. And because even if I look, we got the Saints at 40 to 1. We got Tampa at 100 to 1. We got the Rams at 100 to 1. Now, do I think either of those teams are going to win the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. But if one of them could sneak into the playoffs, just one of them gets into the playoffs, we're earning off that future. That's equity for me. That's just money waiting to be fucking won. Just how we're going to do it and how much we're going to make. That's the trades I'm looking to place. The risk, the reward has to be greater than the risk. And in those cases, it is. On the Bills, the only reason I took the Bills at 8 to 1, even at 7 to 1, is because even I thought I was still getting double what the true implied strength of the team was. Meaning I didn't think there were 7 teams better than the Bills. That I could find 7 teams that would be favored over the Bills on a neutral field. I figured the most that would be favored over the Bills on a neutral field when the season started, 1 or 2 teams. That's it. Kansas City, maybe. That's it. So because of that, I was willing to take the 7, 8 to 1. Otherwise, if I thought there 5 teams better than them, you got to give me 15 to 1 or greater. That's how most of my futures have been. So for you guys asking the future question, I put them in the beginning of the year. I really don't look anymore now, unless, again, I see stuff that's coming, like from one of the groups. I know, like this week, one of the sharp accounts took the Patriots to make the playoffs. And because the Patriots started off cold, but look at the schedule that they played. And had 2 of the toughest games. It could only get easier from here. I think that was the mentality on taking the Patriots, because I've seen it in past years where a team like that, where the first 2 or 3 games is the toughest on their schedule, and if they could split or even salvage, then they'll look to take advantage of projecting how they do in the future. And that was just one of them this week that I saw get bet. So we're looking at 2 teams which are opposite trajectories as far as winning goes. But in our world, where we have to lay 11 to win 10, that's not the case. Both these teams are undefeated, as you have the Cowboys just blowing teams out. They've allowed 10 points in 2 games, scoring 40 and 30, 70 to 10. Listen, you're not going to get value on a team like this. I'm not telling you to fade the Dallas Cowboys. What I'm telling you is you can't bet the Dallas Cowboys. Like, coming off that Jets win, you just can't do it. You need to know going in, you're not going to get the best of it. They scored 40 on the Giants and shut them out as 3-point favorites. They scored 30 on the fucking Jets as less than double-digit favorites and win by 20. And now they're on the road against an 0-2 team. In a spot like that, you need to know the line is not going to give you value. So the only question needs to be, do I have enough support to take the Arizona? Because I already know with Arizona, at least I'm getting line value. Now, that, again, I look for multiple factors to make a trade. You got one factor, you're about 50-50, maybe a little better. You're about break even with one factor. But the more factors we add, the stronger the position becomes. And with here, we already know it's Arizona or nothing. It's Arizona or nothing. It's as easy as that. And the question is, are we going to bet Arizona, who, again, 0-2, but has gotten the job done? They've lost 2 games by combined 7 points. Because what you got to ask yourself is, what if Arizona was 1-1? Or what if they were 2-0? Again, 7 points, 2 games, 3.5 points. There's some randomness involved to that. Would this line be anywhere close to this? Absolutely not. Dallas can't be better. You can't be better than 2-0 straight up and 2-0 against the spread. It's as good as you could be. And allowing only 10 points in 2 weeks, you can't do better than that. So you already know Dallas is at their peak. Like, as far as price goes, they're at their peak. You can't look better. We already know that. So unfortunately, Dallas is off the table. It's only Arizona or leave it alone. And for me, that's what I got to figure out between now and kickoff. Let me look a little deeper. Again, I'm just giving you some of my reasoning that isn't X's and O's and analytics and data related. Anyone can do that. Like, all that metrics that are available, none of it's proprietary. I'm not creating it. I'm scraping it off of someone else's work, other websites. We all are. We're just scraping data, but I'm just talking through what goes on in my head, how I reason through some games, because I think that's more important than talking stats and anyone. Oh, they average 327 yards per game. Dude, you could look that up yourself. You don't need me to tell you that shit. What is that going to tell you? Everybody knows that. Yeah, just pull up ESPN.com. Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you what's holding. I'll even tell you right now what's holding me off. This Arizona already, because I want 13, but I don't like that Pinnacle's at 13. I like that Pinnacle's charging you 20 cents to get the 13, especially when Circa's down to 12. That to me is a telling sign. That's why Arizona looks so good to me right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to sit back. And why are we going to sit back? Because there's only 3 games at 4 o'clock. And once these early games go final, you get the chasers and the double uppers. Those who are behind look to catch up. Those that are ahead look to double up. And because of that, you see a lot of line moves get affected by public money a little later in the day. So we're going to put that in the chamber as well. So what are we looking at? We are looking at 2 dogs so far. We're looking at the Panthers and we're looking at the Cardinals for later. And like I said, you'll know because you will get the play. Now this one, we are getting down right now. This will be probably the final play for today, but I'll let you know about Sunday night too. Don't worry about that. I love you guys for spending some mornings with me. Okay, so let's pull up that Chiefs Bears. We already know we're on this total. That's why we are going to fuck with the side right now too, because it just makes sense with the total. All right, we bet this one under. We got the best of it already. We like the under. Now let's look at this side. You got the 0-2 Bears, 0-2 against the spread as well. They come to Kansas City, 1-1. Kansas City Chiefs. Chicago. This is a team that's not supposed to be 0-2 based on the betting line. They're supposed to be 2-0 or 1-1. They were 1-point favorites and 1-point dogs. Like when the implied win probability for you is 50%, you shouldn't be 0-2 after 2 games. I get it, the sample size is small, but still, they've underperformed this early in the market. We know that. So we already know Chicago's undervalued, or we're looking to find them. We expect them to be undervalued. 0-2 straight up, 0-2 against the spread. More importantly, they were only 1-point favorites or 1-point dogs, and yet they lost both games by double digits. That's the perfect storm for an undervalued team. We can already toss that into the hopper as undervalued. Now we look at the Kansas City side. They lost that 1-point game to Detroit to start the season on Thursday Night Football, bounced right back with a win on the road in Jacksonville and a cover. They got a game coming up against the Jets. The Jets next. in the Jets, in New York, New Jersey, call what you will. So nothing on deck to have them looking ahead. Power rating wise, this one's too high. I have the Chiefs as 10-point favorites. So we have overvalued, which falls under my, what's it called? Sorry. My mean reversion, obviously. We have price action. We have some analytics to back it up. And my network, yes, we're now at 13 at DraftKings, 13 at Pinnacle, 13 at Circa. Oh, I'm seeing 12.5s too. Are we gonna have to take this now before it moves? Let me see, because I'm taking it. I'm just telling you now. Let me just see what my books have here. Okay, wow, he's got 12, huh? Okay, hold on. Because what the other option, here's what you could always look at also, first halves, especially when you're taking weaker teams, and you guys know that are subscribers, I do this a lot. When it's a double-digit spread, sometimes I'll split it up, first half in game, or even go first half only, because from experience, I've seen enough finals to realize that eventually the cream rises to the top as in the long term. It always does. Now, 60-minute game doesn't necessarily mean long term, but even in games, we see a lot of times a double-digit favorite will fall behind early, get in the locker room, regroup, come out and kick some ass in the second half because they're the much better team. And they systematically break down the weaker opponent. You see it in all sports. And this is one of those where I would definitely look at the Bears in the first half if I'm not able to get that 13. Let me see what, see, yeah, because I'm able to get 7.5 on the first half. I like that. I like that. So let's keep that in the chamber again. I don't have to fire any premiums right now because as I explained, the public money still hasn't spoken on these games yet. That's tied up in the early games. You know, I'll play some later stuff, but I've done this long enough to know how much they affect these 4 o'clock kickoffs. And because we are on the dog side on all three, we're not going to take all 3 dogs for sure. We're not going to take all 3 dogs. We have a premium on the under on the Bears Chiefs. I am going to take this Bears. The Bears is confirmed just because my power rating has it. We have a mean reversion as far as Chicago looking as bad as they could look. And my power rating reflects it. So at minimum, it's a 3% play on the Chicago Bears. Yes. DraftKings 13. Okay, we're going to get our 13 hopefully by kickoff. So if we don't get our 13 by kickoff, you're going to see probably 2 or 3% on the first half and then 1 or 2% on the game. So we're going to split it up that way. If I can't get 13, we're going to come in heavier on the 7, 7.5. 7.5, if it's a little big, if it's a lot of big, we'll go 7. So just know that, especially, you know, we like the under. So we're expecting a lower scoring game, which also correlates to a double-digit dog having more value. That's why I want Chicago for the game as well. But the first half does stick out to me a lot because you're getting a touchdown. We expect a low-scoring game, and Chicago, after coming out the way they've looked, you got to bring some kind of effort. And a lot of times getting on the road is the best thing. You're out of home. You're not hearing all the nonsense of people bashing you on sports radio, on newspaper. I don't know no one reads newspapers anymore. They look online on their phones, but you get the gist. So there we go. We have a premium on the Bears under, and we are looking at the Panthers, the Cowboys, Panthers, Carolina, and the Bears with an emphasis on the Bears as a premium. That'll be confirmed. I'm telling you now, we will be on the Bears, just a matter of how I'm going to break up the bet. And we will choose between now and 4 o'clock whether we get down on the Panthers or the Cardinals. Sunday Night Football, let me get that out of the way for you. Obviously, you know, the Raiders got steamed. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that when they were 1-point dogs, and then now they're 2.5, 3-point favorites. I know I had something on this game, so let me just look a little deeper. I think we don't have to rush on this. Do I agree with that? They played these two teams played back-to-back years. Last year, the year before, both teams went under the total. But 2 years ago, the total was a lot higher. Okay. We got Pittsburgh, big game. They're coming off a huge game, beating nemesis Cleveland. We got the Raiders finally getting a home opener here, so it makes sense why they got steamed and after getting their ass kicked by Buffalo. So yeah, you know, I like the Raiders. I do. I like the Raiders side. Nothing I bet yet. I'm not even sure if we're going to fire. The way that I would look to bet this. Oh wait, we may have to bet it now actually. Let me see that, because that money line right now, God damn, I like to be able to sit back, wait, and on Sundays because so much happens. Because of earlier results. All right. So here's our two choices. It's 3 money. I see money line minus 150, but most of 155. Yeah, and here that you're better off laying the 3 than laying the money line. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. If we bet this, if we do bet it, we're gonna bet Raiders 3 even money. I like the under as well. We may not bet the game, just telling you now. I'm not teasing, I'm just saying. I let you know what I like. I let you know what's sitting in the chamber, and I sit back and I wait for confirmation. I like the Panthers, the Cardinals, and the Bears. We already have the under in the Bears as a premium confirmed. And in the Sunday night game, I like the Raiders minus 3 even money, and I like the under at 43.5. Nothing that I am sending to subscribers, nothing that I bet on top of, anything that my guys have moved on this game. So we have time, but just I put down here what I got. This is what I got. I got Raiders and under. Those are the choices. Okay, so we have some choices for the later games. And real quickly, just going to let you know for Monday Night Football, let's do it for them. I already have the Rams in a bunch of teasers. You saw my 16 teasers, my 2-team teasers. I have a bunch of them pending with the Rams at plus 8.5. So I'll probably come back and take Cincinnati on the money line. Try to hit a middle there. But it's that first game between Philly and Tampa that really interests me. I'm seeing a lot of Tampa money. I don't know if that's going to be the square dog this week, because you're getting a lot of Tampa money. You know, they're sitting there at a nice 2. Imagine if Tampa wins this one and it goes 3-0. We're sitting on a nice 100-to-1 ticket. Come on, Tampa. I'm pulling for Tampa, obviously. My power ratings reflect Tampa as having value, and the over. I like the over as well. Now, really primetime game, especially with the Eagles, you know, having gone over in both their games. Tampa having gone over last week. I still just see points between these two, man. I see it difficult for these offenses to shut the other down. So yeah, just so you know, that's where I lean tomorrow. I lean Bucks and over. In the second game, like I said, I'm going to probably look to middle it. That's where I stand with those. You know where we got in the afternoon. It's Panthers +5, Cardinals +13, Raiders -3, under 43.5. Those are all in the chamber. And I'm going to look at some baseball. I'm going to have something really strong to confirm as a premium for baseball, because we're coming down to that end of the season, like the real end of the season. And here's what happens. Teams in must-win situations are priced too high. And then with all the other teams, you just don't know. What's their motivation? Are they bringing youngsters up? Do these youngsters give a shit? Are they fighting for a job next year? Like, there's a lot of factors that are difficult to quantify. So there's no reason to push it. In fact, let me see. I think we had a good baseball season. I'm pretty sure we had a good baseball season. It's kind of like a lawyer. You're not supposed to ask questions you don't know the answers to. I probably should have checked before I saw how I'm doing. But let's see how I'm doing in baseball this year. This will be embarrassing, right? It's like I'm down 800 units now. Where you at, baseball? MLB. Am I fucking blind? Ace needs the glasses. All right, there we go. Major League Baseball. All right, number one. 5% ROI. Wow. 889. Oh, no. 903 bets. 130 units. Wow. Wow, we crushed baseball. Yeah, I ain't giving that shit back. Fuck them. No. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick our spots and be as selective as possible between now and the playoffs. And when the playoffs come, we're going to drop bombs. Pretty much, I'd say 7 out of 10 bets when the playoffs come are going to be 4% and 5% plays. That's it, because everything's strong then. We know the motivation. And finally, speaking of 5% plays, I'm glad I brought this up. Remember, upgrades will continue to come. I don't have to sell picks, so I don't need to put out a 5% and spend days promoting it. We'll only fire fives when the bet warrants it. And since we're trying to get out ahead of the market, many times it'll be on a play we've already got money down in. It's just become stronger. More confirmation, more reasons later in the week, more confirmation. The later you get, the less non-quantifiable factors will be thrown at us. And because of that, we'll be able to upgrade some plays. So if you see that, don't be surprised if you see if a play comes out again, it's because I upgraded it to a 4% from a 3, upgraded it from a 5% from a 4. Again, fortunately, I'm not selling picks, so I don't have to tweet and push no 5% nonsense. We actually are betting for profit. So it makes my life so much easier. Keep your eyes out for the upgrades. I'm going to make one more round through account, and then after that, we can shut it down. 3 hours, wow, almost. It's a long time. It's a long time. You guys are worth every fucking minute of it. Nope, good, we didn't miss. All right. One last run around the see-through questions. The Bears total. What did I get the Bears in at? 48. We started betting it at 49. We got in at 48 on the Bears total. Bears 48. I think it's still there. Yeah, you could get that right now. What else do I see? 3-team 10-point teasers. Now, again, it's just negative EV, unfortunately. Like, I'll put that in for you real quickly, Davey. 10-point teaser. Because this is important. So my man asks, he wants a 10-point teaser. three teams at minus 130. It's Niners, Chiefs, and Cowboys. Niners, Chiefs, and Cowboys. Let's see. Oh, 10-point teaser. Here we go. All right, San Fran went off, so I have to, let me see one with 10. Dallas. All right. In that instance, you're about 4 or 5% negative the edge to the house. So yeah, unfortunately, they look good. Like, wow, you know, I'm able to get a 12-point favorite down to minus 2.5, like on Kansas City, on Dallas, yet they're negative on the 3-leg teaser when you're betting minus 130. In fact, each of those legs are negative. KC's negative, Dallas is negative, San Francisco, all of them. San Francisco is the least. No, they're all, yeah. Wow. So all of those legs, none of them are plus EV with a 10-point teaser. That's why, again, you have to be so selective. We found the 2-team teasers that are plus EV, and you saw how hard it was today to even find one. I took so long that I actually couldn't give it to subscribers because it was only, you know, we have 10 minutes for kickoff and it was 7-8 minutes. So I couldn't even use it, but it just shows how hard it is to find good teasers. So yeah, be cautious with those. They're very sexy to look at. 10 teams, NFL, are you kidding me? I'll crush them. But the hold, the edge is even greater than if you just bet each at minus 12.5 for straight at minus 110, believe it or not. That's just the math. When you tie them all up, it changes everything. When you have to go 3-0 or you lose, it changes everything. And unfortunately, 10-point teasers at minus 130 just aren't advantageous. Here's what let me see at minus 120, what it would do. At minus 120, still at minus 110, still at even money. You'd have to get even money. So you'd have to get 3-team 10-point teasers at even money. 500 wins you 500 to have an edge. If you can find that, then just like I told you with the 6-team, you need plus 600, 6-1 or better. If you could get 6-1 or better on a 6-team 6-point teaser, I'll help you beat it. If you could get even money on a 3-team 10-point teaser, I'll help you beat it. Otherwise, we can't beat it. Just can't beat it. That's just the math. It's not me. It's not an opinion. It's fact. So, yeah, great question. I'm so glad you asked that. So glad you asked that. So, yeah, I'm glad because a lot of people are asking that. Is there any edges with the 3.10? Yeah, see, I didn't even know that. I'm so glad we just ran the math. And it tells you that they sound great. They look good, even on paper. But you're giving me a 12.5-point NFL favorite. We know how good double-digit favorites have done of late. I've only the worst teams against the best teams against the worst teams. How could I go wrong? Here's why. Because you got to tie all 3 of them together. Got to go 3-0. And there's just not enough points. Because remember what I said coming into the very first week, the average NFL score is 10.2 points off of the number. So the average final is greater than 10 points from the spread. That's why. That's why they don't give you 11-point teasers. But if they did, I'm sure they'd be charging 140 anyway and making it not beatable because of that. So that's the problem with the 10-point teaser. It's a great bet. The 10 points are great. The minus 130 makes it unbeatable, unfortunately. Again, long term. Short term, sure, anyone could win. But you could throw darts and win. Short term, anybody could win. But it's long term. How much value do sharp bettors assign to trends? No, trends, I don't know anybody that bets trends, that like betting syndicates that follow trends. I mean, you pay attention, like you see trends, but like this team is 13-0 under these situations, or this, like you could find that for anything. If you put enough factors into a trend, here's how wise guys approach trends. Is there a fundamental reason that trend should continue? That's it. Like a trend that this team on Tuesdays, when it's sunny out and the third baseman's last name starts with a K, they go over. Like, is there any fundamental reason that should continue? No, that's just nonsense. That's just, I found enough factors that when tied together are undefeated. That doesn't make it a good trend. Like you could find a good trend for anything, but is there a fundamental reason that trend will continue? That's the question you need to answer. And for most of them, you're going to find out no. Like, why does this need to continue? What's the fundamental reason? It's a different team than that team was. Like, that's the problem with trends. And also, you got to also remember, the sports betting market is very efficient. And the definition of an efficient market is one that continues to continuously corrects itself as it moves forward. It's forward looking. Like markets are always forward looking and they continue to correct themselves. So if there's a trend that's beating it, it will correct for that trend. We saw it with Monday Night Football. There was a time home dogs were the side. Eventually, the trend started gathering steam where your grocer, I'd go to the grocery store and the guy checking me out would be like, Steelers home dog Monday night, baby. We on them, Ace? Once you start seeing that, it's kind of like when the barista asked me if I was buying Doge. That's when I ran home and sold all my crypto. I'm no knock on the barista, but listen, dude, when someone that's absolutely that's not their thing is telling you to sell your shit and buy, that's when I'm selling everything. Like, just like I told you, when I get inside information, the first thing I do is look at the betting line, because I know I'm not the first one to get it. Like, there's no way I'm first. I don't have that kind of ego. So someone else got that information. Is it reflected into the betting line? If the betting line has moved, then yeah, I could trust that information. It's probably real, it's true. But if I get inside info and it's not reflected into the price, I don't even look at it. Like, I'm the first that's going to get it, really? No. So yeah, that's how I do it. And I think, again, with trends, they're not worthless. Again, even like the data, like the rushing yards and passing yards, it's not worthless. It's just not valuable. Like, you're not going to extract value from it. That's the only problem. Like, it's meaningful, but it's not valuable. That's the difference, because it's factored into the betting line. It's not like the guy behind the counter doesn't know the passing yards. Like, if you have a metric that isn't available to everyone, then you got something. But if you're using a metric that everyone else is using, a trend that everyone knows, there's no fundamental reason that trend should continue. And if there is, the market's going to correct for it. That's the beauty of the market, that if it is a legit trend, it will correct for it. But more times than not, they're just not. Let me see. All right. So we're going to be able to shut it down. Yeah, we did exactly 3 hours. I love you guys. I'm looking for more shit. Nope, nothing else. Don't know any of the scores. I hope we do well today, whether you follow, fade, or ignore. I swear, I just hope you do well. I hope you walk away and even if it just gets you thinking. You could disagree with me. You could, whatever it is, I'm okay with that. I love debate. But I hope it just gets you thinking. I added a little bit of thought to how you're going to approach things. And for subscribers, I am so grateful and appreciative of your support. And that's why I want to give you as much value as I possibly can. And I need your feedback on things like volume, on things like how many meetings you want to have. Because like I said, I work for you. I created this product for one reason only, because I knew that I won 7 out of the last 8 years. And I met a lot of my customers and realized they didn't. So something had to change. I'm either wasting my fucking time and I'm the only one making money out of this and I'm just bullshitting everybody, like, or I need to stop doing it that way and try to do it in a way that helps them. Again, if we find out people just rather follow hot streaks, rather bet games of the year, rather take shots like that, then this isn't going to work, and that's fine. I'm going to go on, do my thing, and God bless everyone else. I hope you guys do well in the future on your own. But so far, so good. Like, we've got a good group of core people that, whether they signed up after the hot streak or before, are doing it with that purpose, with that goal in mind. And like I said, we will make mistakes along the way. I make them, you make them, I've made them, you've made them. The thing is correcting, not repeating. And even over this cold streak, I made some bets maybe I shouldn't have, or bet a little more, like things like that. I'm always going back and going through my work and seeing how I could improve the results for you guys. So it's, if you made a mistake and over bet, there's always an opportunity to do the right thing, but you got to do it now. Say that's the last fucking time. As of tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm going to do it the right way. And I'm going to find out, I'm going to give it 6 months and see whether it works. Like with working out, you can't give it a day, a week, a month, give it a year. See if your body changes. Do you feel better? Are you healthier? Get blood tests before, get blood tests after. What did these 12 months do? But if you do that for a week, a month here, like what kind of results are you possibly expecting? So again, we will turn a profit betting sports using this market. But if you don't, then I failed. I failed you. Like, and I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail you. But if I need you to tell me how to make that happen, and it's okay. Like nothing, I won't take anything personal. You can't offend me. I need that feedback. I need to know what kind of volume you're comfortable with, how I can help you as far as having access. I work for you again, and this is like legit. It's not some bullshit where, you know, you're going to wake up tomorrow and we're gone, you know, with your money. My life was good. It was simple. I didn't need to put this together to where I'm accountable and have to face people each week. You know, when you have good results, you could sell a lot of picks. So selling picks wasn't the hard part. It was, are my people, am I doing anything for them? Or am I just fucking bullshitting myself and wasting my fucking time sharing experiences and knowledge, because it's not helping anybody. So again, don't get Ace off on a rant. I apologize to you guys for being a little repetitive. Just know my heart's in the right place, man. And I really do want good for you. So God bless. Have a great day. Have a great week. Like I said, I will be leaving for Florida after the Contender Series on Tuesday night, but I will be back on Saturday because it's weekend football, baby, and we got some damage to do. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Hang out with your family. Spend some time with your loved ones. You know, that's all we got, man. You know what I mean? Short match.